Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new National Party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
No cookie eye. Squad, no cookie eye. No cookie eye. Lindan.
If anything when again we cry it. If anything when again we ball it. If anything when again we cry it. Oh Lord. If anything when again we ball it. I know.
And this is a wind of change was coming in the country. Some people was so sad, some was real happy. If you thought Ivan and Emily was the worst thing you see, they say NDC is the worst change to hit the country and they singing no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Oh yeah, what squad, no cookie eye, no cookie eye. Lindan. Oh yeah, what Tilly Fred to call it the casino NMP go win. 5 years now they in power and they don't do nothing. Joe don't get ball out already, Uncle Bossing go win. Man, we fed up. Let the chorus come in. No cookie eye. No cookie eye.
We are the winning team. We are the winning team.
Oh, you mean?
We are the winning team. And we will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP.
Oh, you mean?
We will deliver. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP.
Grenada in Shida is over.
We will deliver.
Poverty rising by the hour.
You don't see?
You don't see everybody sour.
What's the first?
That is why we bringing back Jonah.
How you mean?
We will deliver.
Everybody.
We will deliver. We will deliver.
You don't know.
People wanted change, so we give them change. Now it's big horrors. They wanted dollars.
Unemployment high, for people but slow. For this country growth, and the sea must go. We are the NNP. We will deliver. We are the NNP. NNP will deliver. We are the NNP.
NNP. Walk to them. Walk.
Right now, Grenada on fire. Everybody start to perspire. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. 840 million. Let's stop with juice on the island. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. NDC beg and beg for a blind. Tell the people I said a lie. When the people give them a try, they somehow the country try. When they want the election, them fellas didn't have a plan. What dumb they get so they eat. That is why they lose every seat. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. High praises for we performance, and then we have the endurance. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. More private sector investment. Everywhere is more development. Let's keep moving on. Let's keep moving on. NDC main position is to be the opposition. Them fellas not ready to lead. All they have on the mind is greed. If you want the country move on in a positive direction, let your vote remain the same. Vote for NNP again. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving.
I know who I voted for. NNP I voted for. Tell me who you voted for. NNP we voted for. So let's keep moving. The economy growing. Let's keep moving. Construction booming. Let's keep moving. The demand is smiling. Let's keep moving. Salary receiving. Healthcare improving.
Keep moving.
Pension coming.
Keep moving.
Better condition.
Keep moving.
NNP the party for the land. Let's keep moving. Show me your colors. Let's keep moving. Your green colors. We came back in 2013 with a clean sweep we win 15. And my country progressing. NNP the winning team. 3,000 jobs for humanities. The way forward we please. Numbers of higher education. The passport yet volume million. We create small business. We have the facts to prove this. Roamed in billion a day. NNP all the way. Let's keep moving. The economy growing. Let's keep moving. Construction.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Grenadian rebirth is truly on its way. The delivery that we promised steadily continues and will be expanded.
We know how we are, but we don't know how we go get. Let we continue the progress. I'm telling you flat, without a doubt, NNP is the best. Let we continue the progress. I say, St. Andrew, let's keep moving. St. George, let's keep moving. St. David, let's keep moving. Deal with them Dr. Keys. St. Mark's, let's keep moving. St. John's, let's keep moving. St. Patrick, let's keep moving. Carrico Pretty Massive. I say, so vote for the house. Soon as you get in, come up, you vote on the couch. Not one seat for them.
NDC can come back at all.
Not one seat for them.
We want progress and no more scandal.
Not one seat for them.
Hear what I tell all you when you vote in election.
And a good morning to Grenada, Carrick, Pity Martinique. Once again, it is time for Hard Talk. 10 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock.
That chance.
On the beautiful Spice Island of Grenada, bright, sunny, shiny skies today.
We got to keep
Blue aquamarine waters, luscious green hillsides.
fighting.
Not a sight of snow except on television and the internet.
Cause the country needed to be rearranged. NDC got in power. The country they couldn't run.
Temperatures, the degrees so high like the pass in every university on earth.
Country take off, man with so much speed.
We have some visitors to the Spice Island today, yeah?
When keep they in power.
Let me say a special good morning to Devon. Good morning to you, Devon.
Good morning to you, Sheldon. Good.
Yeah, how things going, man?
Not too bad, you know.
Yeah, it's a
Taking
beautiful
it
day
slow.
today, huh?
Wonderful, beautiful sunshine. Oh, it's sunshiny day. Good morning to all our friends in London, Toronto, and New York, and so. It's a beautiful day in the
fact,
Spice Country.
Today looks like a beach day.
Oh, a
Today
wonderful
looks
beach day.
like a beach day. Believe me, I
wha-
think I'll definitely take a dip today.
White glittering
Today looks
sand.
like a beach day.
Yeah.
I should be able to find, my thing is, when I decide I'm taking it, even if it's to just park up on the beach, run, take a header, back out, back in the vehicle, and gone. Yeah, at least I take it. Yeah, nice.
Yeah, some
I not
people.
go and stay for a long period of time.
Yeah, some people can do like us.
Nah, if them take a header right now, they're landing on ice, them
On ice, you understand? Chris, good morning. Kathy, how you doing?
Hey, Kathy, good morning to you. Hope you're having a fabulous day today. I can't cut style on Zingo.
Zingo smart.
Can't cut style on Zingo. Yeah, folks, I've got
Good
the
morning,
flu.
Sonia. From Toronto.
I've got that flu, man. That flu is, oh, man. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible. I've got the flu. Papa Jerry, wow, yeah.
We made a change because the country.
What, boy? People even wait for us to open phone line and think people calling from overseas. I feel it's because weekend. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Listen, I don't conclude to all you and this condemning and we snow. But is a beach weather out here too, you know?
Why stop that?
Is beach weather out here too?
Beach
I
weather.
understand it's a beach weather. Yeah, but beach where? The question is a beach where, but it's beach weather out here too.
Yeah, we hear you.
Beautiful sunshine.
The episode of convincing or you're trying to put that is so nice and beautiful and sunny in Grenada right
It's
now.
beautiful. What?
Based on Devon response, I'm not impressed. I'm not convinced. Devon son, I don't even believe you.
I taking a good look over Monjaloo this morning. Ooh, and that was beautiful. Beautiful sight.
The way you
look over Monjaloo,
the way you answered them a few seconds ago, you don't sound as though you believe it's beautiful weather down there.
Man, you see, I don't want to.
That?
No clouds. We've got no clouds.
I don't want to overemphasize, to have you guys.
We've got
You're
no clouds.
emphasizing, but not overemphasizing. Yeah.
Oh, my
Okay, so it was for a moment I thought Nazim to catch you, you know. I thought Nazim to catch up with you, not Indian Nazim, but the other Nazim. I thought he'd catch up with you in the streets.
He did, man. He did.
You hear that?
I in front, boy. At 200 meters in front, Jed. Can't catch me.
Don't worry yourself, bro. Don't worry yourself.
Sheldon, your phone breaking up very bad. I'm not hearing you. I hear you intimately, in and out.
Okay, I'm not sure why that is
I
happening.
hear you in and out.
I'm
It's
not
breaking
sure.
up really bad.
Okay.
All right, go do all your work, man.
All right,
brother.
On that pay today. On that event. Catch you all later.
All right, my brother.
All right. Morning, Grenada, Carrico, and PT Matnik.
Yes, I'm on Jaluman says so.
Good.
All right. Yes, that's our good buddy Wade.
Wait.
Yeah, the wap wap wax. Yeah, the song as he on the road.
Yeah, he on the road.
So, police officers look for vehicle number. Anyway, let me leave that
yes.
alone.
CAT.
Let me leave that alone. Leave that alone. But yeah, only look for that because that man on the road there and he using the phone. So officers look for that man. Nice.
Look
Yeah.
for that man.
The wap wap.
Uh,
Yeah. Indeed. Hey, various things overnight. I in and between because I had to go to bed kind of early, and for anybody that knows me, going to bed early means that I'm not feeling well. And in and between though, I did hear a program with Ray Roberts. I did hear bits and pieces of a program with Ray Roberts, and I found I don't know if anybody else got the opportunity to listen or to look at it, but I think it was extremely disrespectful of Senator Roberts' behavior last night. Should not have been tolerated by any host on any program. If I'm hosting a program and you act that way with me, I'll ask you to leave. Program done. Seriously. Program done. I'll ask you to leave. Yeah? But it was totally disrespectful. Every question he was asked, his response was, that's a stupid question, or that's an idiot that asked that question. Valid questions that are being asked of him and his political organization, and his only responses were, that is a stupid question, or that is an idiot asking that question. I don't know. We have a call online.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello?
Good morning.
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 Morning, my dear.
Yeah, how are you?
Quite fine.
Yeah, just here, Sheldon on the program there.
Yes. Just lower the volume in the background and speak to us. Take the volume off the radio in the background and speak to us on the radio. Nice. Go right ahead.
Yeah, I was listening last night too.
Yeah.
Another one of my aims wanted to call you and tell you.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad I bring it up now. You understand?
Yeah.
And then you want to fight to be a minister? That just show you kind of ignorance. Ignorant and arrogant.
Yeah, there's a lot of ignorance and arrogance. There's like every question that was asked.
You understand?
If you don't agree with the person asking the question, you do not call people idiots.
You understand?
That's a stupid question.
Just real out of order.
People were asking probing questions. They were asking questions about what do they think about the Imani and that kind of thing. And he's making statements like, oh, that's a stupid
You understand?
I mean, I could say it, my name not on any ballot, but he is
It was
putting
real
himself forward
disgusting.
to be as a representative of the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. So imagine that by some fluke that he were to end up in a position where the constituents of the South would have to ask questions of him.
Yeah.
Is he going to continue to call the people of Woban stupid? Is he going to call the people of Calivini, Woodlands, Springs, Belmont, Golf Course, Lansapine, Housing Scheme, Montu, Granans Valley? Is he going to call these people stupid? Is he going to call the people of Coffeebo Hill? Yeah, all of these people of Lagoon Road. Is he going to call these people and refer to them as stupid when they ask a question that he doesn't agree with?
You understand? And some of his advisors here won't correct him. They follow.
They cannot, listen, listen that all. Yeah, they cannot correct him because he would just tell them that they're stupid too.
He has the same attitude as the leader.
I think his is actually worse. There's an arrogance that he believes that he is the most intelligent person on the planet. And also he thinks that he can speak of people and call them all sorts of names. But remember, he's in a situation that if people were to put God behind their back, they could call him a lot of names too.
Yeah.
Yeah? But due to common decency, we would not do that. But he finds no problem in calling people all kind of name. And then if somebody calls him one, you're going to hear all of the different people jump up and say, oh,
Everyone will
you
say he should apologize.
He would not apologize. He
You
doesn't
understand
have
me?
the gastrointestinal fortitude or common decency to apologize for such behavior. It was absolutely disgusting.
Disrespectful.
But I thought I was the only person that picked that up. But thank you so very much, my dear.
I listened good and I said, well, I really had to call this morning.
But that's the person that said the one around.
And I sit down here, and then I say, what is that? Now, line put on. Yeah. And with that, I just cut off one time, you know.
No. I tried to listen in. I didn't hear the entire thing. I'll review the entire thing later, but I didn't get to follow the entire thing. But I can tell you from the various bits and pieces, I could at least remember at least 3 to 4 times, that he referred to questions or the persons asking the questions as stupid or dotish and that sort of things.
Well, what he have planned, he have it there and what and that. There was, all the aim is to get the man out of, that is all. They have no plan for the island.
All right. You know what
They have no plan at all.
Do what you had. We're going to talk.
Okay, my dear.
Right. You enjoy the rest of the day.
Have a nice day.
All right. And it's not the first time. We've heard that sort of thing from Ray Roberts before. We have heard that sort of thing from Ray Roberts. Well, if you like to talk about George Vincent. Not talking about him just now.
About who?
George Vincent.
Who they call so?
And the cussing up at the police officer in St. John yesterday. Or if you like to talk about, I'm talking about it just now.
Hold on. John Vincent in the guy that...
George Vincent as in the NDC candidate.
Uh-huh.
I'm talking about it.
Well,
if you like to talk about it today, if you like to talk about it.
We had to talk about it?
Yes, I'm talking.
Yes, we have to. I mean...
Yeah.
No hold bars.
Calling people stink mouth and all kind of thing. All kind of thing. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. I want them sue me. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning, sir.
Sheldon, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good.
Devon, morning. How are you doing?
Good morning, my friend.
Sheldon, like you're really fine this morning. Maybe, I mean, it's a pity that I wasn't the first caller. Honestly, I mean, I was so pissed off, you know. Like, even the moderator, they, like, indirectly laughing. Because you telling the person what to ask. You know, it is so shame. And this is not the first, even the last time I walked into that candidate and asked her if you've been elected as a minister, what changes would you bring? And there was not a single answer. And this is a repeat of that same person. You know, you're telling the moderator what to ask you? It's a shame.
Well, you see,
you know,
I'll tell you this, sir.
Counseling, man.
I'll tell you this, caller.
Yeah.
As a person who has spent so many years in the media, it might be very difficult for him to transition to being the person being asked the questions instead of the person asking the questions. I get him out here. But at the same token, you have to understand what it feels like being the person that's asking the questions and respect that person.
Definitely.
And he did not show any respect to the moderator. The moderator, in my view, is too much of a nice guy. Because with
too much of intelligence.
With me, I would address him down in front of a live audience. I would address him down. Nobody was talking to me like that and get away.
But Sheldon, you have been in the Senate, right?
Yeah.
Forefront of politics. If you're going into politics, right? Would you try to at least try to educate yourself a bit what you're going into? Control your mental, right? You have front of you have a manifesto. If somebody is asking you, you had time at least take a day or two. If you can take some time off and read it and study it, because you don't position a web ministry you're going to be mindful. You have to answer all the questions they ask you.
But not only that, when he was questioned about other things outside of the thing, and he said that
he failed to answer all that.
He gave a perfect indication of exactly what the NDC is at this point in time. Now notice something, the NDC's entire campaign is based on one individual, Nazim Burke. One person. That's what the entire official...
But one person can win 15 seats. No?
Hold on. Well, he can't even win his own. But let me tell you this. There are 2 campaigns put forward by the National Democratic Congress. There's the official and there's the unofficial. So there's the official one. The official one has been focused on only promoting one person. That is the person in Nazim Burke. He's the only candidate. Name one other candidate of the NDC that you either on television, radio, or the internet have seen an ad promoting that person? One. Just name one other NDC candidate you've seen an ad for.
No.
I'm waiting. Any?
None.
I'd like anybody to call me and tell me which other NDC candidate they have seen an ad for. The entire focus of the campaign has been on one person. When it comes to articulating the viewpoint of the NDC, Ray Roberts is incapable of doing that. One, because he's just in this thing for a ride. And secondly, because there is no viewpoint to articulate. As the moderator rightly said, and you heard it from Prime Minister as well, the NNP is running on its record. The NDC is running away from its record. And that's the gist of this entire election campaign. The NNP can run on 5 years of total development for the island of Grenada. We're not saying that we've gotten where we want to be. We're not saying we got where we need to be. But we're saying we've started moving. Let's keep moving. The NDC cannot run and say, well, we achieved A, B, and C, and D, So they are running away from their record. And it's that simple.
Yeah, but this is a shame. Lack of education is very, very poor intelligence. If you anyhow you want to put it, Sheldon, it's a shame. It's a really shame. I mean, my God, help us. Anyhow,
right,
have a good day, brother.
Okay.
Right, my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at that program and bits and pieces. As I said, I didn't see the entire thing, but it was disgusting. To be honest,
I mean, understanding the individual and so on, and his comments. Usually, I mean, I didn't expect anything better.
Yeah, I mean,
good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, Sheldon and Devon?
Great.
Good.
Right now, Sheldon, that NDC party they have there is the worst NDC party that ever have in their life. I never see some people have no sense in their head. So.
Oh gosh, no,
the
let me
people
say they have
hungry and
sense.
they needy, and you still want to come in front of the door for a vote. Huh?
Mm-hmm.
You want to come for a vote? Look last night. Ray Roberts look as a stupid on the television.
Oh God, don't say
People
that.
all from America calling and talk about it last night.
Yeah. Let's not go on the personal attack part of things. I am disagreeing with his behavior, not the individual himself, but his behavior.
Yeah,
last
people
night.
eating from garbage pan in America. So what they're talking about is they see somebody in Carriacou eating from garbage pan.
Hey, watch yourself. We doesn't need from no garbage can in Carriacou. You know where they see that? Let us do them. Let us do them on that. All right, my dear. Okay, yeah. You're listening to the radio in the background, and once you're doing that, we go disengage the call. Hello, Carriacou and Petit Martinique. All let us be eating out of any garbage can up there. I mean, there's no place on earth, no country on earth that you don't have indigent people. In other words, people with no place to stay. In Carriacou, what you have are mental cases that might dig in a garbage bin. And then nice Carriacou, what's that thing in the garbage bin in the first place for a person to be going and living in garbage bin? Them fellas might quickly ask you for $2 or $3, they get enough money and they go and they buy something.
And you see, one of the things I have a problem with, in the way in which these guys and girls disrespect their fellow Grenadians when they have a disability, right? A mental disability, and they do certain things out of the ordinary. But instead of this stretching a hand and helping and trying to get them out of the situation, they compounding on it and putting them on Facebook and making videos of them and coming down on them and everything. Fellow Grenadians, imagine that. I mean, if you looking at people like that, imagine if you guys got an opportunity to run this country. Yeah. I mean, it's disgusting.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Devon morning, Sheldon.
Yes, sir.
Is that said that Shalom Sarog, boy? No, Shalom open. I can tell you that.
All right, my brother.
Sheldon, I watch Ray and this guy and the girl from Ghana, guy from Guelph. No, Sheldon. No, forget it. Case closed. Case closed. All right.
All right, my brother.
And the thing is this, I often try to understand what is going through the minds of other people when they're saying certain things or when they're doing certain things. And in this instance, I just can't understand. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome. Good morning. Hello.
Hello?
Good morning.
Okay, we don't seem to
Good
be getting...
morning.
Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, Sheldon, based on this sort of a propaganda that's been going on about people from Carol competing eating some garbage bin, what I want to tell that this desperate set of people on the other side, we're not even going to give them the energy by even calling the name of the party or the individuals. What I want to tell them is that if they're behaving like that now, when they really get into office, what really counts on a campaign trail is what message you send to the people. The same message you send to the people is the same thing you're going to go into office and do. If you had listened to Michelle Obama a year ago when she was speaking about what is going on in the U.S., it's the same thing we're seeing displayed on our very eyes in the media today. We're hearing about it, we're experiencing it, and if Grenadian doesn't want to wake up and smell the coffee, this is what is going to come ashore. This is what is going to come ashore at them. The same thing that these people are propagating and they're trying to infiltrate the minds of Grenadians with now. These are the things that will hit them in the face. And as I say, when the shit really hit the fan, they'll know what time and hour it is. Wake up, people. Wake up. This is a wake-up call for Grenada. And as Dr. Mitchell say, the future of Grenada doesn't start is that way, it starts now, it starts tomorrow. You have to start preparing yourself, because if you allow yourself to go down to that drain, when you meet there, it might be too hard for some of them to get up. So please, Canadians, I'm begging you all, this is an overseas call, I'm begging you all, do not allow yourself to be fooled and become fooled over and over by these people. They do not have a track record. So, have a blessed day.
Right,
and remember, keep it moving.
All right, my brother.
My brother.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, and that's it. Let me clear the overseas line. Yeah, that's the kind of thing that they've been putting out. They're trying to put out an image of a destroyed Grenada, distraught Grenada, a Grenada where people are so desperate that we're eating out of garbage cans. And not only of a Grenada, but when you're reaching Carriacou, I take it personal.
Now, what I do know is that they are, and within my constituency, I've seen people eating out of garbage bin. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's an undisputed fact. Here in Grenada and Carriacou. I can't talk about Petit Martinique, but Carriacou. I've seen that.
Now, I could talk on behalf of Petit Martinique. It doesn't happen there. Because when you say you can't talk on behalf of Petit Martinique, you're not disputing the fact that it is happening there, You're saying it could be happening and I don't see.
Yeah.
So you're trying to stain Petit Martinique people too with that nonsense. Good morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Morning. Hearing the program in the background. Hello. I have a feeling that's scammy. I just have a feeling that it's scammy. Yeah. Because to me, the ambient songs as a terminal. Yeah, so Cammy, if it's you, you might have to use another phone and call us. There seems to be an issue there. People eating all the garbage bins in Carriacou. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I just want to find out something. In all the campaigning, I've never heard anybody mention anything about domestic violence and, young people that are trying to help themselves, giving them a way out. There's a program in the GDP where they give small business loans. But there's some conditions. You need security. There's a lot of young people, myself included, that have small businesses and we need a loan to get us a little step further. But because of security, and mind you, we can't pay back the loan. But because of security that we don't have, we cannot get the loan. So we at a standstill. We have children to provide for. I want to know if they're willing to put anything in place, any other the whoever is elected, put anything in place to change that. Because if you don't have security and can't get a loan, you can't get the start, or you can't continue from wherever you reach. And then again, I'm a victim of domestic abuse. I have a protection order. Actually, it's the second protection order. The first one was violated. The person was sent to prison. They came out, and we came back. Now I have to get a second one. On the second one, there was a distance placed on there, and the gentleman is still close to me within the distance. I want to know what it is that will be done to make sure that all the guidelines outlining the protection order is being obeyed. Because sometimes you have a problem, you call the police and they will tell you, you know what, just ignore the man or ignore the person. You understand? And it's very difficult. So I want to know what it is that will be put in place to make sure and ensure that all the conditions on the protection order is obeyed and adhered to, and what it is that I can do as a single parent. I'm trying to help myself. I have the little business. I cannot get a loan, and I want to be able to provide for my family without assistance from anybody. What it is that will be in place for a person like me. So,
all right. Thank you very much. So before we take another phone call, let me deal with one or two aspects of what the caller asked about. First of all, let me deal with the issue of the loan. Now, what I do know, as with all lending institutions, you must provide some form of security when you're borrowing. But there are also grant programs that have been put out there. In other words, grant programs, you put forward a proper business plan and you would receive assistance. And the reason you receive these assistance and so on, please don't send this thing to me, Olive. Please, come on. Yeah. The reason you receive the assistance without having to provide security under some of the grant programs. So what you need to do is keep in contact to find out about some of these grant programs that come about from time to time. In fact, there was one up to last year that was providing up to $100,000 in grant assistance, right? I'm going to block some people, because they just keep popping into my inbox. Listen, I've seen everything that comes out on the internet. No need to send the same thing to me. I'm not going to play it. Yeah, I'm just not going to play it. It makes no sense. Yeah? Right, yeah. In the middle of the program, just sending the same thing over. And I'm not interested. Anything, I've prepared the program already. Don't send it. Right? Thank you so very much. Love you, but please don't send it. Right? Okay, Papa? Nice. Yeah. Now, I was saying that there are grant programs that are available. But outside of that, if you do your business plan using the equipment that you're going to purchase to produce whatever item it is you're purchasing, if that equipment can be used, the equity can be used, sometimes the bank may decide that they're going to use that as the security. All right, for instance, if you're going into, let's say you're going into a little tailor shop, a little sewing business and the sewing machine can be used as the security that you're purchasing. Some institutions, I know, under the Ministry of Youth, under the format we had at a point in time called the Grenada Youth Enterprise Initiative, you were allowed to use whatever equity you had within the business. I hope I'm using the proper terminology here, the proper equity within the business, or some of the stuff that you purchase, the non-disposables. Yes, so you can't decide that you're going to use material. You bought X amount of material and you're going to use that as security. No. But that you could use the equipment that is going to be used to produce what you're going to produce. So you're going to produce ice cream. You buy an ice cream maker, freezer, that sort of thing. That can be used as security. So it's all according to how you do the business plan that you bring in. I think the problem, and I've been speaking with the GDB because, young lady, and I think I know your voice, you are not the only one that has been having this problem. There are many other persons, young and not so young, that have been having that problem because, one, as a youth, more than likely, you don't have property. You don't have lands and all this sort of thing. Yeah? Some of us may be lucky to have, some of us don't. Right? So you may not be that lucky to have that. Others, you may have cash in the bank and so. But the thing is, if you're looking for $15,000 to start a business and you have $15,000 in the bank, you would not be going to the bank to ask to borrow $15,000. You take your $15,000 and use. So you end up in that sort of catch situation.
Definitely.
Yeah, you end up in that sort of situation. So my suggestion is to review the business plan aspect of things, the business plan that you may have done. If it is done in a way, or if the business that you're getting into, the actual machinery that you may be buying or want to purchase to do that can be used as equity, it's one thing. If what you're going to be purchasing are disposables, that's another situation. It is definitely something that this time around would have to seriously be looked at, because I know of young persons that do things, for instance, floral decoration. Now, you might have a glue gun. Yeah, they might purchase a glue gun, but what they really want to purchase is the disposables, the different materials to make the flowers, or the different flowers themselves and so on. They need actual cash on hand to do that. So that cannot be used as equity in the business. That cannot be used as security and so, because there's no machinery that they're going to be using to do that. So I do believe that the caller is in need, has a wonderful point, and it is something that must be taken into consideration when looking at all programs providing funding for people, not just for youth, not just for young ladies or young men, but for all programs that are being done right now, especially those through the government of Grenada. You can't tell Republic Bank how to give out their loans. You can't tell them that. That's out of your remit. We cannot say to Cooperative Bank that when you're doing loans, give people loans even though they don't have security. We can't do that. Yeah, because they would be downgraded. They could actually receive, for so many unsecured loans, the loan officer wouldn't last long, much less the manager. Yeah, when they have to do their yearly report, because for unsecured loans and how much people are not paying and so on. So it is something that would have to be looked at. Instead of a loan program only, you definitely would have to do a grant program as well, where people could receive a grant to do that, something that they don't have to pay back. You receive that money. It is properly monitored, how you spend that money, what you purchase with it, your income, and do like the NNP used to do with the Grenada Youth Enterprise Initiative. Visit you on a monthly basis. We had officers that went around to the small businesses that were set up by these youth. At the point in time, I think we had some 21 when we left office in 2008. And you would go around to these young people. You would check their books. They had to keep a book that showed how much money they were making on a weekly basis and so, and their expenditure and that sort of thing. And because they knew the ministry would be passing by every month, they kept proper records and so on. Many of those businesses were successful, yeah? Until certain people come in and just bong away with the entire thing. But many of those, in fact, one or two of the guys actually paid off their loans in no time flat. They paid it back. Yeah, so it is definitely something that has to be looked on. As the issue of domestic violence, it continues to be an issue, not just here in Grenada, but around the world. And it is a serious issue that has to be dealt with. We have one thing. One aspect of this you spoke about is the enforcement. Not that the law isn't in place, because every time you have something that happens, child molestation, sexual abuse, these sort of things, you always hear about the laws. We have laws in place. The problem has and continues to be the enforcement of those laws through the legal and judicial system. In other words, that let's say it's a man and he has been abused by his wife. A lot of people start to laugh one time when they hear that. A lot of people start to laugh, but it's serious business. You have men who are abused by their wife. They're beaten.
Seriously.
You have men that just get chopped, beat up, all kind of things, stabbed by their wives or their girlfriends.
Burn them in water and all sort of thing, hot water.
And
sort of thing.
when they go to make a report, sometimes the police laugh at them. Say, man, what stupidness you come in and say your wife beat you up? No, but in the same talk, if it's a woman, and she goes immediately to jump in the van and they're gone.
Yes, he got arrested a long time.
Yeah, so it is not that the laws are not in place, it is enforcement. Yes. They are. And according to what you have been saying, the person is living close to you. That ought not to be happening.
No.
Yeah, that ought not to happen.
That's a straight violation right there.
Yeah, they should be kept at a certain distance off from you. I know of instances in 2016, for instance, where there were persons who had been involved in, there was someone that was involved in a rape, and they were told that by the court that they could not even live in the same village as the individual. Exactly. They had to leave one part of Grenada and go to live in another part of Grenada.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
So it's the enforcement part of it. It's how judges cannot be told what to do by the government of Grenada. Maybe what we need to do is start looking differently at how judges are appointed and so, but you can't dabble. The politicians cannot dabble in how judges are appointed, cannot dabble in what the judges do. We can create the laws and send the laws forward. It is up to the judges to enforce it. It's up to the police to do their jobs and to either do when it is reported that they go out and they do their inquiries or they do their arrests or whatever needs to take place takes place. There has been, and I must commend the Royal Grenada Police Force on this one, there has been training that has been taking place yearly for various police officers at various stations on how to deal with domestic violence and sexual abuse cases. Yeah? So there are officers trained at nearly all police stations. They have one or two of them that are trained or are being trained to deal with those issues. I did hear the Honorable Delma Thomas speaking about that at one parliament sitting, that some officers had been trained. So there's the process now of sensitizing and training police officers how to deal with these issues, so that when a child comes and that child makes a report, that the police officer knows exactly how to interact and deal with that child and also the perpetrator of that crime. That when a woman comes to a police station, even though she doesn't have a bruise on her and she complains about an action that has been taken against her, that the officers, both male and female, at that police station know how to deal, or at least that there's one on duty that knows how to deal with that particular case. Yeah? So it is not a situation where nothing has been done or nothing is being done. Yeah? And then it seems to me that we only remember the name Ariel and other names like that when something again happened. We have that sort of mentality here. We only remember Ariel when something happened. I sure all of them run up by the court the last time. One set of people, lynch him, bring him out, give us. I sure you went to court this month.
Nobody go.
How much all was there? Not that I wanted all there, but how much of you all was there? Yeah? We only take up these issues as a nation. Everybody want to jump up on it and chomp on it.
Excitement.
When it's time for excitement or something happen. And then we get all emotional and we make all sorts of noise. Meanwhile, there's a lot of work taking place in the background as to how to do the Ministry of Social Services. If you listen to the stories of some of the officers inside there, you're crying from now until next year. If you listen to what some of these officers have met out there when they go to deal with some situations and so. Yes, so there is a plan that continues to be rolled out. Training of police officers, strengthening of legislation, that's another aspect of it, and ensuring that enforcement takes place. Yeah, sometimes by changing the legislation, you could affect the enforcement because you box the judge in that this is what they must do. Rather than leaving it open, you can box the judge in, this is what you need to do. So that's just a bit on those particular issues. All right, let's see. Oh boy, we lost that one. Yes. 4407377, that's 4407377.
347-329-3101, that's the overseas line.
So here what I hear. I'm telling all you what I hear.
I want to hear what I hear.
Right? This is what I hear. Right? Oh, let me take the call and then I come into what I hear. All right. Taking a call. Load the radio in the background. No. Nope.
Right.
Load the radio in the background, please.
Hello.
Take the radio off in the background, please.
I just what I hear.
Take the radio off in the background. All right. Yeah, go right ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. Listen to me. What happening to the again? You have this child that been abused. Well, she was my girlfriend once upon an hour, but she was a child at the time when the abuse happened. She abused when I mean abused. She father beat her because she was going behind boyfriend. I guess so. That was the thing when she did that. She called the police. As a matter of fact, the mother called the police. In the long run, the same police officers still come back and having sex with the little girl, and the case wasn't even called through yet. They always tell one when they come, they didn't arrest the father, they only for the one father, and after they tell the little child, whenever the father hit again, call them. And one of the very sad police dealing with the same child. How that look like? How we do a situation like that?
Jail. That's what it look like to me.
Situation like that, no. Some of them mothers want money, so some nothing never come out of it.
Jail for the mother too.
Like a protection and money pass them.
Jail for the mother too.
Right?
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, when it's situations...
I'm not hearing you. You're talking so far.
Okay, I think it's probably the phone line, but we'll get that sorted
I'm
out.
not hearing you.
Okay, but I'll say it on air anyhow, so you'll hear on the radio. What I believe needs to be done, and I'm not sure, so I don't want to make a definitive statement. I think already within the legislation, there is provision for that. And I think an amendment was made recently as well. For those mothers that feel that they go accept a financial payment, like if the child is some sort of prostitute and they're going to accept some sort of financial payment for what somebody has done to the child, that they themselves will find themselves in some serious hot water with the courts. We have a call.
Good morning and welcome.
Morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
Morning.
Morning. Go right ahead.
I'm calling from Cali's.
Yeah.
Is something I noticed down in Cali's Junction day in that drain day, right? Apparently the owner of the house right in the end of the junction day, they might fence the house and they fence across the drain. And the water is just blocking up that day a little while now and it's looking so awful, and then you go start breeding a set of mosquito on the ground there. So if they could look into it and see what they could do with it, is either the owner take out the fence across the drain and let the water flow properly there. I don't know if you just pass on that end they're going in, but if when you're passing on that end they're going in to Ficante and your left hand side there, they have a drain there, a big drain. So let them look into it and see what they could do about it.
Yes, my dear. Yes. I know exactly what you're talking about. Okay.
So that is my complaint there this morning, because every time I pass a seat, it kind of annoy me.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, my dear. Yeah, I know what the caller is speaking about. I live in the area, so I know what the caller is speaking about. So I definitely will pick it up with the Ministry of Works to see what can be done about that particular problem. 440-7377 and Devon, the overseas number?
347-329-3101.
Yeah, but let me tell you why I hear.
Yeah, I get impatient, man.
Let me tell you why I hear happened in St. John. I wonder about take a call. All right. We'll hold on the call. Let me tell you why I hear. I heard that there were the tourists, the tourist buses and so go up on the West Coast and they go to the Nutmeg Pool. So they were parked up close to the Nutmeg Pool up in St. John. It is alleged that the NDC candidate, Mr. George Vincent, he's not senator again, Parliament has been dissolved, he's not a senator, right? So he's Mr. George Vincent. He had parked up in the same area and he was obstructing traffic where he was parked. Our officers simply went to him in a very decent manner. From all the reports that I received from people who see it with their own long eye themselves, from all reports, went to him and asked him to please move his vehicle because, one, the windows to the front were down and rain was falling. So he said, well, Mr. Vincent, the rain is falling and your windows are down, and also could you please move the vehicle because you're obstructing traffic. Yep. And George Vincent just turned on the man and started to cuss him, tell him about how you have stink mouth and long are they waiting for you.
A police officer?
A police officer. I'd arrest him. Officer, I don't know your name, but you should arrest him. Me and all you let the man get with that. So he feel because he's was Senator Vincent, and then he still had the gall to watch the man and say, you don't know me? You're supposed to salute when you see me. Listen, as far as I know, you're not supposed to salute a senator when they are not a government minister. I don't know. Probably they have to, but as far as I know, you don't have to. The second thing is you're no longer a senator, and you have not been a senator since Monday when Parliament was dissolved. Yeah? So no, he does not have to salute you. And even if he had to salute you, so what?
Arrest him still.
I was a government minister. I was a sitting senator. And if a police officer don't make me out and they tell me move my vehicle, I move my vehicle.
Of course, you're not above the law.
If they see me and they don't salute, they don't salute. I don't care about that. So what? I'm better than them. Both of them, me and them is two Grenadians. All of us are Grenadians together. I ain't better than them. Yeah? They may be a constable. I might have been a senator. It doesn't matter. But because you meet them up and they don't salute, you feel you could talk to the officer in whichever way. Officers of the Royal Grenada Police Force, you hear the behavior?
Of the
and I bet you George Vincent, the candidate for the NDC in St. John, can't sue me when I say that happened yesterday in St. John. When he was, and then tell the officer, go so far as to tell the officer, long I have it waiting for you.
That's disgusting. I mean,
long you have it waiting for him?
That is how low that you guys would stoop? Oh, come on. Come on, Mr. Vincent.
That's where we're getting to?
Oh.
I mean, you had your little press conference. You talk a pile of stupidness yesterday. I wouldn't even repeat half of what you said. In that press conference yesterday, seriously, sometimes I had to wonder how some all get a doctorate, you know. Because if all get a doctorate, I should have about 9 by now.
Boo-booness, man. Boo-booness.
My little 6-year-old, well, you will be 6 this year. My little 6-year-old have more intelligence than some all you.
No. That is disgusting.
Seriously.
That is disgusting. I mean,
how could you do that? He is an officer of the law. And when you, a person who was up to recently making the law and who wants the opportunity to return to Parliament to make the laws for that officer of the law to implement, disrespects that officer in front of not only locals but foreigners too. So is people now going to watch and say, but look, a police officer, and this man talked to the police officer like that? Because you know in New York what was happening, huh? You know in Texas and in California and them kind of place what was going to happen. Yeah, there'd be slow songs, singing and flowers. Did that tase you right there?
That's pure disrespect.
Under arrest, and if you play fighting up, did that tase you right there?
I mean, how can you stoop so low? I mean, someone would approach you and ask you something, and that's the first thing. I mean, that is how you guys are so hype and frustrated.
There's speaker disrespect. But, Mr. George Vincent, if I was you, I'd make a public apology.
Yeah.
No, don't go down in no police office, in no police station, and try to smooth things over and make no apology. You cuss the man in daylight, apologize in daylight.
Yeah.
You cuss the officer, disrespected, and used insulting language. I tell them what to charge you with. And used insulting language to the officer, yeah, in front of, I when I say cuss, I ain't say obscene language, yeah? In front of not only the local people of St. John themselves and other visitors, but the tourists who are passing through. And you want to put yourself up as a person who love tourism and know what to do in tourism and so. So that's why you're trying to teach them tourists about Grenada. Who know how much of them pull the phone and tape your behavior and have it right up now on the Instagram page about this is how they treat police in Grenada. Yes. With 10,000 people viewing.
Exactly.
Who knows how many of them have it floating around England and Italy and Germany and the United States and Canada and all over the Caribbean. Who knows?
And what if
who taped your behavior yesterday and put it out?
And what if they know that you were a senator, right? It looks so bad that, oh, look at a member of the legislation disrespecting a police officer, someone who has to implement the laws. I mean, someone who is helping make the laws is disrespecting the implementer of the laws. How disgusting you are, sir.
But
disrespectful.
But if this is the way that the person who is putting themselves up to be the parliamentary representative of the people of St. John, we know it ain't going to happen. And maybe that's where the frustration and anger is coming from.
Yeah.
Because we know that you all have done your polls, and your polls are showing that you cannot win a single seat.
The poll
we
short.
know, yeah, the poll real short. So we know that it is showing clearly. I don't know, you know the poll short, but anyway, I don't know. I haven't seen anybody poll. I'm not interested in nobody poll. I don't know about that. All I know is that their problem is simply what Papa Jerry say, you know.
NDC can come back at all.
Not one seat for them.
We want progress and no more scandal.
Not one seat for them.
Hear what I tell all you. When you vote in election, they let the progress continue.
Not one seat for them.
We cannot take that chance.
Not one seat for them.
Green is the insurance.
Not one seat for them.
We got to keep moving. So this election, when all you vote, let us bury Nazim. 5 years ago, we made a change because the country needed to be rearranged. NDC got in power. The country they could.
Yeah, I think that is what they realize going and happen. So that's why certain people getting upset, certain people getting obsessed, certain people getting crazy.
But
yeah, you hear Ray last night.
Yeah.
Vincent getting on yesterday. But NDC candidates, what going on with you?
Yeah, the one from Karakou.
The one with Karakou said be beating out a garbage pan. NDC candidates, what do are you?
No. According to Devon Britain, like old people drag the bumps and all, yeah.
No, we ain't going down that road. We have children might be listening to the program. Let me try and keep the thing decent. Let me don't go down them road day, right? But what I say is simply this: NDC candidates, what do are you?
No.
Ah.
They have shown no
41 days? 41 days to election?
Yeah, 41 days to election.
Yeah, all the try and survive.
March 13 they have them so, man.
Yeah. Our good friend in Calais, the ministry just messaged me. They are aware of the situation and they're going to address it. Yeah? So our good friend in Calais who called a while ago about that situation, the ministry is aware of it and they're going to address the situation. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
my dear.
I'm just calling to say that I'm really disappointed in Ray Roberts because I was watching this program last night with Mr. Brian Campbell, and the man is continue saying that he's a Garyite and he will continue to be a Garyite. You're running for NDC and you continue saying you're a Garyite. If I was the leader of NDC, I putting him out.
I guess the leader have no choice.
My dear, the desperation is high. They had to take anybody they could have get.
Yes.
So they take the anybody they could have get. All right. Okay, my dear.
I don't want to think propaganda, but I was watching something and someone phoned this morning. I'm not saying about something that some lady in River Road was talking about the Prime Minister since 2002.
Mm-hmm.
I know if you see that,
I've seen that, but I've also heard the testimonies of hundreds of people totally opposite to what the individual have said. And I think that what needs to happen is in the same way one person could come out and say that about Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell, that there are thousands of you out there who are listening to this program, some of you who are alive through things that he have done for you personally, that also need to testify. Put up your testimony.
But what I'm saying is that we had 2 elections after that, 2002.
Well, we told you to expect anything.
So how is now they could come out with this?
Well, listen, my dear. If they come out with it now, they come out with it next week, they come out with it last year. The bottom line is this, that there are thousands of others who are listening to me right now, who have cell phone too, who have internet connectivity too, who Dr. Mitchell has done amazing things for in their lives, who can testify. But instead of some of them testify, they're bothering to go and share these sort of things around.
Yeah.
And go and chit-chat and send it for each other and say, you don't see. You testify. You speak about what he has done for you. But no, they're spending their time sending it to this one. Take that same time and tape your own and put it out.
Yeah. And finally, I think Mr. Ray Roberts need to come out and say to the people of the South what he will do for the South, not Mama Guy himself and talking about Dr. Mitchell and everything. Come out and tell the people exactly what he will do for the South when he gets in there, because he's a man that disagree with everything that they do in the country. So I want him come out and tell the people of the South what he will do, not when he win to go to tell people what he do. You have to decide
when
now
he do
what you want.
Wait. Hold up. When he do what? When
Sorry,
you do what?
I make a mistake.
That's a mistake.
Sorry, I make a mistake. Guys, have a good day.
All right,
darling.
Yeah. No, you see, we have said to you, we have preached to you. I've said it. Devon has said it. People who have come onto the program have said it. People who have called the program have said it. As soon as election announces when you're going to see these sort of attacks on the new National Party, its candidates and its members, you will see these sorts of attacks coming now. Yeah? But I'm saying, at the same token, when one person says that, there are hundreds of you. Instead of taking the time to go and circle, don't send it for me. Send me your testimony. Don't send that for me. I've seen it. There's barely anything that comes across WhatsApp and the internet and so on that I don't see. I've seen it. Send me your testimony. Those of you that he has sent to secondary school and even university. Those of you that he has helped to the point now where you as well can help others. Don't come and send nothing to me where they're attacking him. Send your testimony. Put it out there too. Yeah? That's what we need to do. Good morning.
Yes, Devon and Sheldon, morning. I reach home safe.
All right, blessings.
Good. Blessings, my brother.
So I call to say I disagree with Papa Jerry because I think I'm still making latrine seat. So that's the only seat I could give to the other people and them.
I know what you say.
Anyhow, I listen. I think gravel and concrete might be making latrine seat. Maybe that's the only seat I might give to the other people and them. That's the best thing I could give them.
Let's have a good day.
Peace is the only one I could give to them. Not one from court.
All right, my brother.
Anyhow, I want to say something to Mr. Ali Dowden. He does listen. As a young politician, I would like you to stop speaking stupidness. Now, Grenada, when we go on, no electronic voting thing. And in the U.S., even though you have electronic voting, you still have to keep a trail. So because we don't have electronic voting, there is no way it could be hacked. NDC was in power last time. No Russian come and hack nothing. And stop blaming Russians. Somehow you know, and Franca Bonadine and NDC know how Russians, they're in the country. And if they're in the country, so what? They can come to Grenada. Grenada is a tourist destination too. You should be glad that at least we have people coming, and Russians are very rich people, as you know. Come in and spend. Stop lying for people as a young politician. Don't make people like Franca and Nazimbok tie up your head. Think independently. That's what I want to say. Oh, and two, I listened to Ray Roberts. It's amazing. Ray have an agenda, but he don't even know NDC's agenda. And that is so amazing. And he going up for the 13th here. Might take it on book for the 12th of March. See you all soon.
All right, my brother. Enjoy it.
Later.
Yes,
all right,
indeed.
take care.
440-7377. That's the number for you to call.
34732933101. That's the overseas.
Again, jittery.
Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, man.
Yes,
Good
sir.
morning, my friend.
How you doing?
You gotta stop watching them pot and talk to us, man.
You know, yesterday we had a nice function yesterday. In Worcester Junction. You know, we had a nice cook up and we had over 100 people there, young men and women, you know, having a good time. We with Miss Moses, you know. It was really good. Have you guys seen Worcester Junction lately?
No, I
haven't been up.
I've only heard about it.
Wow. If you look at the pictures and
I've only heard about it.
Well, my son passed there yesterday and she stopped. Them guys were like, you know, my son, we good. You know, we having a good time here. We good. We have time for you right now. What I'm looking for, brother man, is the deposit. The race has gone past just election. Now we're looking to take the deposit from each area. NMP candidates have to go harder now. You know? And yesterday I was sitting there and I had a nice little thought just come to my mind. I heard the NDC people talking about Peter David grandson. How he talking about he want to be like his grandfather, and he had a problem with that. Seems like he have a problem with that. Now they talk about the Prime Minister dancing. So sometimes what really bothering them is to give them harder and harder. So I'm telling the NDC people that are planning the rallies. You must have somebody out there, some young chap between the age of 3 to 7 years, that who like to dance, who want to, you know, who love the Prime Minister, want to go up on stage together with the Prime Minister. Just make a little dance. To me, that's going to catch the nation on fire. Have a young chap between the age of 3 to 7, that's a wrong day, who just like to dance, want to be that close to the Prime Minister. And push more the youth. And I said that don't make it a political thing about the youth, the children. But I'm saying that showing that you're in touch with even the small kids, show how far the Prime Minister which can. You understand? Young children in my neighborhood, when they make a little dance, and you ask them what the gender, the Prime Minister. And that just show how the kids are growing up loving their Prime Minister. They know who's the Prime Minister. They're more educated now on the decision they have to make. Yeah, that says a lot, that the Prime Minister is reaching even the young kids on the ground, the little babies want to be like the Prime Minister. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And that is a serious thing. That is so touching to see that a nation like Grenada, old people at age 90 and 100 love their Prime Minister, down to the little kids on the ground love their Prime Minister. That's 100% Islam, So we need to push that. Because he's burning them.
That tells a lot.
That says a lot. He's burning them like they can't take it. That's why they're behaving like that. Because all where they go, they them little kids talking about the Prime Minister. How they love the Prime Minister.
Because if you check, generally, our young people from a very young age, and our ageable people, they are the most influential persons in our society,
Definitely.
in certain ways, what they do, because you have to pay attention to those two groups of persons. The young people have to be guided, right, and so on. They come up with some ideas, innovative, and our ageable people who have done what they have done, and you need to pay attention to them the best way. And if they're telling you, man, we have never seen, a Prime Minister who have loved people and who have, done things for people. It's amazing,
Yeah, definitely. And to go to the Carriacou issue, brother, man, I'll be sometime in the future. But I'm just saying that my first visit up there, I met this guy close to the jetty. They have a dark skinned guy, and he was telling me that apparently my cousin died. He told me that when I get back in Grenada, to take a bottle of rum and throw on his grave for him. And I look at the guy like, what, you crazy? A bottle of Rivers? $50 for that. And he was like I insult him because that's his friend, and he asked me to do a favor for him. And then I understand the level of how the kayaks are loyal to friendship and how they pride. They have a lot of pride in the way they think. And to me, it touched me because it make me think different. Because in Grenada here, sometimes we take things for granted. So when that individual was so proud, and to me boasting that yes, you have people in his constituency in Carriacou eating from garbage bin. To me, he don't bring out the true kayak spirit or the true Grenadian spirit. And I don't see how he could be representing one who represent people in Carriacou, because kayaks are proud people. Just look on the bay, how much boats. Young people are moving, they want to get themselves involved in doing different things. And you're proudly saying that these people eating from garbage bin. I see bottles of rum. I testify to that. I see rum engraved in Carriacou and snacks. I haven't told brothers, I say, but even in my area in Grenada, that rum ain't staying there. Men drink that long time already. But in kayaks, they respect that. They respect the people of there, and they love the culture. So I'm saying that this gentleman should step down immediately. Step down.
I want him stay. I want him get licks. I won't go nowhere. Stay
Yeah, you have to step down because you cannot be thinking about the people like that.
No. I want him stay there and get licks.
Kayaks are proud people.
Stay and get licks.
Kayaks are really, 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 really proud people.
You're telling me
and I respect him for that.
You're telling me about me, huh?
Let
him stay and take your legs.
No, serious. This is a serious issue.
Wait, I don't want him go nowhere. I want him stay right.
This guy had to step down. Have a nice day, brothers.
All right, my friend.
I'll take a speedboat and go Carriacou to celebrate election night.
You go pay for your disrespect.
I'll take a and people who know me know I don't like boat. I'll take a speedboat and go Carriacou election night just to celebrate after he get elected.
3 of them in particular. He, George Vincent, Ray Roberts, right? They're going to get one beating by the people of their constituency for their disrespect, right? They will never want to be part of politics again. And so, you guys think it's so. You want to represent people. You want to be a part of people's life. But yet behind their backs, you humiliate them. You treat them with scorn. You call them all sorts of names. How can you represent people doing that?
No. I've been speaking with a police officer here, and he's saying that police don't salute senators, only cabinet members and House of Representatives. So, in other words, if you have ran for election and you win your seat, police officer meet you, they're supposed to salute. No matter what rank the police officer is, from commissioner down, they salute.
Parliamentarian.
If you are a cabinet member, a cabinet member, as in you're a senator, but you're part of the cabinet, you hold a portfolio. So not just a senator, but a senator who holds a portfolio, parliamentary secretary of this, or junior minister of that, or minister of so and so, then you are saluted. And then, of course, the prime minister, the governor general, the president of the Senate, the speaker of the House of Representatives.
Yes.
So that's what an officer has told me. And none of these are what George Winston is. He's none of those. So the officer did not salute him.
Nope.
And telling him, boy, you don't know. Oh, come on, man. What sort of nonsense is that?
So he was demanding a salute?
Yeah,
or
man, demanding a salute.
Uh-huh.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon.
Good morning,
Good
my
morning,
friend.
Devon. Devon and Sheldon, when you have a leader that shows no respect, why leave for the children? He's doing exactly like he. I know they say follow the leader. So all the NDC candidates following the leader. Remember when he disrespected Brenda Baptiste on the program?
Yeah.
Right? So that's exactly what they're doing. They're doing just like a leader. They don't respect nobody because they see like they're superior and other greater people they're inferior. That's how they look at people.
Yeah.
Because when you don't love people and care about people and you only care about yourself, you see people eyesight like nobody at all. You consider them people see that like nobody. Right? We see that because they don't love, they don't care about people. And then the whole problem with NDC, they don't love and they don't care. Right? So they don't respect nobody. Right? And I would say respect is something that we take. You have to unrespect. But if you don't respect, if you don't have respect, you can't give what you don't have. And then the problem with NDC, they don't respect, they have no respect for nobody at all. All what they demonstrate is hatred, dislike to everybody. I don't think they even like themselves. They don't even like the country. Right? You remember when NDC was in government from 2008 to 2013? Look, they was government. And look what happened with Grindberg and with Grenada. Grindberg did not sue Gary Boyne. Grindberg sued Grenada. And you had the government with NDC at the time. Well, say they don't file in no, they don't get in no light to defend Grenada name. Right? Let Grindberg go ahead and sue the country. Who was the opposition at the time? NMP. They had to file. You have to get lawyers to defend Grenada name in England of it, wherever the case was taking place. So see, they don't care about the country, right? So if you don't care about the country, that means they don't care about nobody in the country, right? And what they want to achieve what they want to achieve for their own personal gain. And Brother Sheldon, they want to say, it is clear, this and this candidate, they don't love people, right? And more we talk about it, it's manifesting itself for the Grenada people to see. So I want the Grenada people to know who cares about them, who love them, and in their election, vote 100% for the party that's looking after our interests. Brother Sheldon Devon, you all have a wonderful day.
All right, my brother. Have a good day.
All right, we have a caller online. Oh, we lost that one on the overseas line. Let me clear the both lines. Right, 440-7377 and give the overseas one again.
And 347-329-3101.
And the thing is, what's so important about somebody saluting you? I mean, what's so important about that?
I leave that for military posts.
Some people are saying what I'm saying is correct. Some people are saying what I'm saying is wrong. Some are saying that once you're a member of parliament, you have to be saluted. Well, even if that is so, whichever one, I would admit that I could be wrong on this one. Yeah? So even if that is so, why is it so necessary that you must be saluted? So you're just... There's some of the people that you must call them in all the various titles. I was Senator Scott and people call me Sheldon and I like, yeah, so. I used to tell anybody, you have to call me this or you have to call me that. Humble yourself.
Some people use those titles and so as to a way of discriminating and things like that.
You're on the program, yes.
Good morning,
well, listen to something, eh? Listen.
No. Forget that. Not on my program. Not on my program. Them people voice ain't coming on my program. You feel I don't hear that? I don't hear that. Them ain't worthy of being on my program. Who is them? Yeah? Go call another program with that. 440-7377. That's 440-737. The mere fact that I'm not playing it means I am not interested in playing it. Yeah? I'm not interested in playing it. They're irrelevant to the political discussion in Grenada right now. And I will not help make them relevant. Yeah? Nice. So let me just keep it nice, right? Good. Let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome. Hello?
Yes, good
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Is this hard talk?
Yes, you're live,
Yes.
caller.
Good morning, Brother Sheldon and Brother Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
I want to just add my voice to the debate that's going on about the date of the elections and all of that. Now, I think it has really descended and bordered onto the level of being ridiculous about March 13th and all of that. To me, March 13th is just, yes, it has this historical context, but in the choosing of the date time, it's just another date for the election. And I wonder, where would it stop? My advice to the politicians who may have an objection, they have a choice. Simply out of the elections. In Venezuela, the opposition are boycotting. In Egypt, they are boycotting because they feel the terms and conditions under which the elections are being held or run is not to their liking, so they're opting out. Or they have another option, contest, and if they win, declare the election null and void, and then call a new election. Because I am beginning to think that it wouldn't surprise me that one day one of them would say the date is bad because it coincides with their birthday, or it coincides with that date they would have with their girlfriend, or some sort of ridiculous excuse. I mean, and I even heard Mr. Terry Forrest speaking about the Prime Minister of a sitting cabinet member whose father died as a result of the events of March 13 that led up to October 19. I mean, how low could you go? I mean, has Ms. Yolan Bain Horsford objected to Mr. Forrester complain to him that she has a problem with the day? I mean, I have noticed that March 13 comes and go, and generally most Canadians just go about their lives. They may remember it, but they don't stop and make it, an issue or, I don't understand what's really going on. But again, just repeat my suggestion that they opt out of the election if the date is so offensive. If they're so principled and they want to stand on a matter of principle, opt out of the general elections if the date is so offensive to them. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. 440-7377. That's the number. Let me clear the line for you to call. And the overseas line, Devon?
347-329-3101.
Yeah.
Sheldon, let me just give a 2 pence on that. There are a lot of persons who continue airing their views about March 13 date for election and so on. They have issues with that, and they've been vocal. But even before the Prime Minister mentioned March 13th and the date for the election and so, how much of you out there, right? Some of you, who I'm talking to, hypocrites, were even mentioning March 13th or even making the comments that you're making about March 13th. Persons out there who used to discard and never regarded that historic moment and so on. Hey, you're making all sort of, foolish talk. But anyhow, Good morning and welcome.
Good morning, Devon.
Good morning, my friend.
Hey, good morning, Sheldon.
Morning.
Good morning to Grenada and the rest of the listening world. Sheldon, I want to touch on two things here. I want to touch on the incident with Mr. George Vincent in St. John's. And also I want to just talk a little bit about another incident with Dr. Mitchell. When I heard you was explaining what went on in St. John's, like usually it gets me upset, but at the same time I have to mentally take over myself and say, you know what, getting angry will not solve the problem. Because the reason why I get upset sometimes when I see people like that operate that way, it brings me back to the ideology of these people. And what really gets me upset is that how can we as a people, say of one color, can think about a brother or a sister in that manner, and that's what is driving me crazy sometimes. But the point of it is that the leadership and the majority of people that associate with NDC have that ideology. And this is what sometimes gets me upset. Why these people, the moment they attain something in life, they feel that they are more than everybody else. And they feel that they should be, living on cloud nine, and everybody else should be living in a pig pen, and, they can just flood themselves over people. And that's what drives me upset.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, thank God my reasoning sometimes takes over and let me know that, I mean, no matter where you go, you find people like that. And hence it encouraged me to work harder with NMP. Because NMP is the true answer to these type of problems. Now, I want to say something, and I'm going to say that with no apology. I'm no prophet, but I'm going to say something. NMP, because of the love, starting from our leader goes down, has demonstrated, has teach young people that you can make something of yourself. And some of these folks who oftentimes grown folks and they attain something in life, and like Michelle Obama.
Hello? Hello? Oh boy. Caller, I'm not too sure what took place there. You'll have to give us a call back. I'm not too sure exactly what took place there. But even, Devon, just before that caller was speaking, we had the issue of the date coming up again. And let's just say this, March the 13th can be a day when we bury the past. It can be a day when people who were Garyites, or maybe still are Garyites, who were part of the revolutionary process, and those who were neither Garyites or part of the revolutionary process, when we all can come together to move our country forward. On that day, we have a decision to make as to whether, as a country, we're looking to regress and go backward with the people who were making those sort of statements like the behavior of George Vincent yesterday, or the behavior of the Carriacou candidate saying people eating out a garbage can in Carriacou, or the Ray Roberts, who making statements every time you ask a question, you dotish, or is a stupid question, or is an idiotic question. Yeah? It is time that we come together to move our country forward. And I think that the 13th of March is a wonderful opportunity for us all to come together to move our country forward and bury the ghosts of the past once and for all. March 13th, 1979, some people were celebrating, some people were worried. Yeah, it's a fact. There are many people alive now who were very worried, and they viewed March 13th in a negative light, and we have to accept that. And there are many others who on March 13th saw it as the dawn of liberation for Grenada. And we have to accept that as well. But we all have to understand that whether you liked it, you don't like it, it comes every year. You ever see the scratch out that date a year and say, well, okay, we ain't having that date this year. You ever see the scratch it out? It comes, and we have to see this as the opportunity once and for all for us to unify towards a common cause, move Grenada forward. And there's only one party that can move Grenada forward, and that's the New National Party.
You know, also too, Sheldon, there's another group of persons, right, who will get an opportunity to understand much more of March 13th. Okay, the date, the significance of the date is our young people, those who are not born as yet, those who have never been given the opportunity to understand, right, the significance of March 13th. This, in my view, is a golden opportunity. And Dr. Mitchell is not no man that do things out of. He calculated carefully and said, look, you know what? This is a time when Grenada will remember a lot of good things, right? And promote and give energy to move forward. The revolution was something like that. And again, you
attempting to say what Dr. Mitchell considered when he called the date. I'm saying what I consider it to be. I'm not Dr. Mitchell. I can't say that is what he consider. If you want to say that on Dr. Mitchell, we have maybe you and talk.
I'm
saying
just
what I consider to be the date opportunity for the date. If you want to say that is what he consider, maybe you and he talk.
But you see, our young people, a lot of our young people have no idea, right? of the significance of March 13th on a whole.
But we also
right?
have to understand that to some people, there's no significance to it for them. We
Well-
have to understand that. Listen, March 13th
well-
comes around. What happens? Some people, there are one or two people that remember the day. There are some people that I know that one or two of the ex-soldiers and so would get together and they have their little get together and so, not in a really big formal way, but there's a little get together and so.
But
what about the people who were part of the GLP administration or part of the GNP?
Yeah,
or so
but the
on?
day,
for them,
but
it's not a good day for them.
But we're not saying it's a good or a bad day, but the day itself, Grenadians remember that day in all walks of life, whether they understand the significance or not, whether some were hurt or happy. The day itself brings about something of remembrance. I mean, in my view, But I mean,
people-
all the
For
big.
some people, I mean,
in
if you have,
a balloon,
you have people that are voting now, and remember, this election is special in that you have the last set of people that were born in the 1990s. In other words, the last set of people that were born in the last century. This is the first election they'll be voting in. And you know what? They don't know about March 13, 1983. They wasn't born yet.
A good opportunity for them to know
They
it
were born,
and to understand
they
it.
were born in the late 1990s. And the bottom line is this: if you don't like the date, my NDC friends, if you don't like the date, anyway,
They
let me leave that
just
alone.
They just hypocrite. They
Let me
just
leave that
want
alone.
to just stir up a conversation.
440-440-7377. But here what now? I find some of those fellas and them, maybe they're getting jiggery to study. You know they're studying a bit too? I feel they're studying that at the end of the campaign, when they lose again, they would have spent the local money and thing. And yeah, well, the one in Carriacou, you'll get our work. I'll talk to the boss. I mean, I'm sure you go agree. We'll get my local work after the election, right? Is that a nice little fella? We'll get my work. Right? Yeah, I know. Maybe you just start to consider, think about it and all kind of thing. We'll get a local work. Franca?
What is his profession, by the way?
Talking. I know. Maybe you want a job talk. Whatever it is. But seriously, we don't get a local work, right? Because you know you got your local bills and thing to pay and all them kind of thing. And right, okay. Senator Burke, Mr. Burke, if you want to go, I'll talk to the boss. I'll make him agree and sign the thing for you this time and you could go. Right? You could reapply to the agency or any agency and so talk to him, go sign the thing, you could go. Let me see who again. The one in St. David, you want to do a local work in the Ministry of Culture or Agriculture or whatever and thing, talk to us. Talk to us because you ain't going to win. That is a fact. You might have local thing you had to pay and little bills and things that might be coming up and so, and you need to be employed and so, because we will be a government for everybody. So we can help you out a little bit. Franca, yeah, everybody saying, oh, she should help with education and things. Could try a thing and try and bring her into the Ministry of Education somehow,
Now she wants
not
too much money.
Not as the minister and so. Nah,
She wants too much money. If she getting
No, the NDC
$800 for one day and things, so imagine if you give her.
But the NDC is against paying big salaries to different people you bring in like that. So I mean, and they might not want the contract, so you might have to work something out. But yeah, we we go try a thing. We go help all you out. I mean, come, talk to us. Talk to all NDC candidates. Talk to us, Ray. Yeah, you're kind of past retirement, but
yeah.
You could be some advisory role some way.
Yeah.
Or the other,
we go put them on one of the tourism, the commodity boards, like Board of Tourism Authority and so you can have a look over and see the investment in tourism over the last couple of years.
Them fellas need our help.
Yeah,
I mean, call us. Yeah, what I go do for you. Yeah, what we go do for you.
Now he's safe. He good.
No, he ain't safe at all. Call us. Here's what we go do for you. All the tax that you owe, we go right. So I could say that on radio. Who go sue me? Call us. You, Sylvester, call us NDC candidates in Andrew Southwest. All the tax that you owe, we might decide that we go take off the interest. You gotta pay the tax because if I had to pay, and if Devon had to pay, and if everybody else had to pay, you had to pay.
You had to pay too. You had to pay.
But here what we go do for you? All our tax, how much thousands and thousands there?
The interest we go.
I could speak to Prime Minister, who will still be Prime Minister. I could speak to him and see if he go take all the interest and that kind of thing. See if you have local money and thing, but you had to pay. And we go work out a payment plan where you could pay it over a period of time.
Yeah, and you know, I mean, you are a fellow Grenadian. I think you are a patriot, so you shouldn't have any problem with that.
So talk to us.
Yeah, talk to us.
Talk to us. Because we know, I mean, you know, some of our $800 can buy gas, as Devon was just saying. We know let us have them little problem on them day. And if there's a problem before, and now you don't have that coming in, it might be a kind of stressful situation for you. So yeah, you don't understand how the thing go. Talk to us.
Yeah, one in St. Patrick's easy. The woman, we won't call, she's a retired person and so, but we will still try to ensure
find
that
some way
yes,
so she might be able to work along with some
with social development or something that she may be able to give an input and work for give a stipend or so. We will watch the new National Party government and so is about caring and loving its people. No discrimination. Right? There is no color barrier there. Right? Senior citizens, young people, everybody have an opportunity when this government is in office. So you have no fear.
Somebody asking what I would do for Simmons. No, Simmons, Triggs is a sportsman.
Yeah,
so I mean,
he's a good teacher also
the
too.
Man, the man might be helpful when it comes to something with the national stadium or facilities around the island or helping in them kind of thing. I mean, listen.
Yes.
We willing to get that man work.
Yeah, he's a very good educator. We can also accommodate him, together with Franca on some, sort of thing.
But we willing to get them man. Watch. Ollie, talk to us. If Ollie don't want to talk to anybody directly, Ollie contact me. I sure every NDC candidate know how to contact Sheldon Scott.
Of course. Well,
so Ollie could contact me, lay Ollie proposal on the table, and we go hand the scenes.
Well, they know how to find me because I was one of them. So they still have my number. They know where I live and everything like that. Don't watch me cross-eye. Approach me. Talk to me.
Send in a local resume. Start to think about it now. We have 41 days to election. Start to think about it now.
Think about it. Don't wait until you nominate. You go and get nomination and then you will lose all the deposit and then you will need a little money afterwards and thing.
So election night, instead of crying, you could say, listen, I talk to Sheldon and thing. He set up the scene for us. I ain't had to worry my head. You understand? And Naz, he could go get a look at thing. I said, Naz, talk to me. Talk to me. If I talk with the boss, I could set you up nicely. I mean, we go sign the thing. We go sign. I will make the boss sign it. I will tell him sign it, yeah? I will talk with him. And I'm sure the boss is that man, he don't keep people in mind, he go sign it for you.
So the fella ain't go off, where are you giving for you? No, you have to apologize for.
You have to apologize.
You have to apologize publicly.
Yeah.
Publicly.
Don't go in the police station and apologize.
Yeah, because we cannot take taxpayers' money and pay a disrespectful man like that. No, I'm not supporting that. But it
might have an international or regional agency that might want some assistance.
I don't supporting that. You do disrespectful to Grenada.
Nah, listen, all our Grenadians, we will try and help them men out.
But we have to draw the line.
Think bad with them men.
Well, I mean,
think real bad. Seriously, waiting them men and them going on so for frustration.
And you have one that has blah blah emoji on the radio and thing. We go still consider and he like Nagma and thing. He like to talk about Nagma and
you had to draw the line some way. You had to draw the line some way. I draw the line right, Screech. I draw the line right here.
Don't try too hard, you go bust it,
Because believe you, them making more money begging than they go make wherever we could pay with the salary they go ask for.
And the
money them go ask for is what we could run that mouth with. So we ain't. The line draw right here.
Watch. Hey, listen, and I have to say that.
What we gonna do for Terry, boy?
Terry? I mean,
yeah, the local shop, but still.
Yeah, we go still recommend and so for
might help you to make it into a supermarket.
Yes, enhance it, because you could drop good business plan. You could,
you
have experience in the business. Nice location.
Might help you make it into a supermarket.
You understand?
You understand?
And so perhaps he and Rocky could twin together and make a grand supermarket right there.
Terry's enterprise.
Yeah, Terry and Rocky's enterprise.
Yeah, we might
right there, Yeah, definitely. Because as a young man, we definitely this government.
The Spanish speaking one day. The other one in St. Patrick, the guy there, might tell Peter.
Uga?
Uga might be able to help a little bit with a little translation here and there and thing. You know, you never know.
The board of tourism, the tourism authority, you know, looking for persons very versed in Spanish and so as translators to get, you know, the visitors, accompany the visitors on the different sites and so, and makes a lot of money as a translator. I mean, so, you know, there is there is ways and means that we can accommodate everything.
See, boy, who else we helping there, boy? Oh God, look at one in Northwest that running against Doc. Oh God, what we could do to help the little boy?
Well, he
frustrated. His own party telling him he can't win. They frustrated the little. All you stop do little Ali doubt and that. All you making the little boy get crazy. All you only saying, oh, you can't win. You can't. Oh gosh, you know you can't win.
You know that. Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
Are you real haunted or no?
Don't rub it in. Don't rub it in.
Only interfere with the little boy.
And my good friend up in Northwest St. Andrews up there, I'm Philip. And so, well, I spoke to Delma and so on.
Delma was talking.
Yeah, and she said, no, he's a good fella. So she will definitely ensure that he's placed, you know, somewhere where he can do more evaluation of properties and, you know, give her, you know. So definitely.
But he definitely would make a lot of money on his own, because I'll tell you this, with all the construction and different things going on, he would be so busy that he might not want our government somewhere make enough money on his own.
Exactly.
So he good to go.
He good to go. He good to go.
Let me see who else there, boy.
Oh, you have one in St. David. What's your name again?
No, I remember we said that one in either Ministry of Culture or Agriculture.
Yes.
He could help out a little bit there.
What about the one in Tong? A woman, what's your name again? Some woman in Tong there.
The one in Tong.
Some Josephine.
Lawyer.
Josephine.
No, lawyer. Claudette.
Claudette Joseph. I thought it was Josephine.
No, we could help her out too, man. She could get a look at something.
Yeah.
Boy, I wonder if I really want to put you in legal affairs.
No.
Probably women and gender. If she's a woman, so she's supposed to know about women. So women and gender affairs.
Yeah.
Notice we ain't talking about ministerial portfolios here. We're talking about working within the ministry under a minister and a permanent secretary.
Definitely, you know.
But helping along, because if you love your country, I mean, look at Emmeline Pierre. Emmeline Pierre, when she lost in 2008, wrote a letter and offered to then Minister Patrick Simmons her services. Yeah? She offered her services to the state of Grenada to assist at that point in time. Turks and Cayman Islands had her working on their youth policy, and our 3 or 4 other territories had her helping them develop their youth policy. And they called on Grenada's own Emmeline Pierre. She offered her services, and they didn't even respond to the letter. They did not even respond to the letter. So here's what. All NDC candidates, and we know that all of you listen to the program, just go and start considering, look at your CV and thing and say, watch, when I see Sheldon out, I think that's where I want to go. All right? And all you come and have a little chat with me.
We forget one, you know.
Maybe the forgettable, who is that now?
The one in St. Mark's. But I don't
even know the man's name.
He's so invisible. I mean, we can't even think about what, you know, what he can assist me with.
I think they used to do banking or something.
Oh, so we could ask the president of the Bankers Association and so what Mr. Johnson or something to accommodate somebody like him. Talk to Mr. Duncan.
ECCB,
Richard.
Talk to us.
We could talk to Timothy.
Let me see who's on the phone line. Or talk to us all.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning,
my friend.
Yes. Jaglory speaking.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. March 13, Sheldon. March 13 is a very, very, very powerful day. You know. Yeah. March 13 is a very powerful day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, we had. March 13, as a youth, we went out there. We had a victory, myself and a couple other friends. And then it come and they had another election in this country here, March 13. And then now we're going to have an election March 13. There's a lot of meaning to that.
And for the second time,
there's an energy that on that day, a lot of victory took place. You see?
Mm-hmm.
So, in that light, it's another victory again. Energy, because victory for me also, anytime March 13 come around, we create the revolution. About 6 of us in the country up here. A lot of people don't know that.
but 6 of us from the country that fought that revolution, March 13. So March 13 to me, it's a big thing. It's a blessed day because the Almighty look over me that day because He could have been, different. So bless that day. And hopefully we're going to have a big victory, bigger victory than we had before, for sure, because anytime you're dealing with the truth, you will always be victorious. And I know that this political party looking out for the poor and vulnerable and the less fortunate in this country. And I know the leadership has love with the team that you have, competent people, witty people, strong people in every sense spiritually. So that day, the 13th of March, is going to be one of the biggest days in Grenada again. Thank you.
All right, my brother.
Yeah.
My brother. And the thing is this, I think that regardless of what the date has been set, discussing it and back and forth about it isn't going to make a difference.
You won't change.
It's there. And definitely that is the day that we are going to the polls. And it's a chance for us to unify our nation. Whether you are a Garyite or whether you are an NJM supporter, whether you are a GNP supporter, whether you are a supporter of no political organization, it's the best opportunity for us to use it not as a day of division, but as a day of unity. And I think that's how we need to see it.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
You like rabbit?
Rabbit? I never eat that in my life.
Huh?
I've never eaten that in my life.
Well, I'm going to roast one. I definitely go roast one on the 13th. So you will always come up in the northeast and eat and stew rabbit. Only bucker cooking that time, though.
I hear you.
Only bucker cooking. Straight rabbit. There's not no if and but about it.
Them big breed buck and them heavy and yes, okay, yes.
Yeah, man, you go eat some roast buck, don't worry. Don't worry, man. God is good.
All right,
what they're looking for, they're going to get it. And they can't stop my boss.
All right,
they can't stop my boss. Tell them they can't stop my boss.
What meeting you all have this week?
Huh?
You all have meetings this week?
And yeah.
I was asking if you all have meetings this week.
Yeah, we have a meeting in Mount Parnassus tonight.
Okay, great.
All right.
Which location in Mount Parnassus?
Huh?
Which location in Mount Parnassus?
In Coconut.
Mount Parnassus people listening, all you calling and all you, none all you calling and say all you have all your meeting? Okay.
Well, you think it's not trying to get you?
All right.
Anyhow, we'll
okay,
talk later.
All right. Yeah, nobody want to call and say all you have all your meeting? Okay, keep it secret. Keep it secret. Don't call and say all you have all your meeting.
Sheldon, someone is asking, what is your view on NDC wanting to take the electoral office?
We expect they go lose them. I'll come into that. We have a caller.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello?
Yes, my dear. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
All right.
Yes, you're live. Go right ahead.
Go right ahead.
Yes. I want the people of the nation to know that my political leader and prime minister of this country is a man of vision. He is a man of vision and he's a praying prime minister. So what God bless no man curse. The date was given down by the Almighty God and no one can stop that.
Amen.
All right, my dear.
All right?
Okay.
Have a good day.
Have a good day, my dear.
Let me say this. When it came to the referendum process, elements of the NDC, including the same Claudette, attempted to get the date stalled. They attempted for the process not to go forward. Yeah? And all of that just shows their desperation. We were not the ones out there shouting for the election date. We were not the ones about we ready, call the date. We were not the ones doing that. You all were the ones doing that. There's not NNPites here. This is you NDCites, including the same Claudette.
Call the thing, doc. Call the debt. Repeat it after me. Call the debt.
Call the election. Call the election. We ready for you.
Remind me, I had to put out my message tone on my phone. Right. Yeah, but you all were the ones who were asking for that. You want to hear it again? Yeah, let's hear it again. You all were the ones.
Call the thing, doc. Call the debt. Repeat it after me. Call the debt.
Call the election. Call the election. We ready for you.
Yeah, so, I mean, if you all, you get a date now, you want to vex.
Yeah.
You call for it. You ask for it. You plead for it. You
beg,
get it.
You get it.
I know you get it. You,
No, you don't want it.
Huh? They want to go. They want to take the process to go to the courts. Take it to the court.
Take it to court.
Let's see which court in which part of the region is going to stop an election from taking place on a particular day because the other side don't like that date.
What kind of nonsense are you in?
And the NDC is a lazy organization led by a lazy individual. LLL. Yes, I'm calling him names. I call him that one.
Leader.
LLL.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the name I just call him.
Morning
Because he's a
baller.
lazy lion leader. If you're not lazy, nobody, let me say this again, nobody could steal an election from you if you are vigilant, if you are a well-oiled machinery, just like how the 56 people only try to plant in Northeast gone back where they're supposed to be. Yeah. The 56 people they try to plant in Northeast who come out from St. George Southeast, St. David, St. George Northwest, and Tonga St. George, they're going back into Northeast, right? Okay, they're going back into the various areas, not in Northeast.
Where they're supposed to
Yeah,
be.
they're going back where they're supposed to be. Okay, Papa? Nice, beautiful. But just to let you all know that a political party that is properly structured and organized will pick up on these things.
All the time.
And will not only pick up on them, they don't have to hold a press conference to deal with it. All they do is that they make their reports to the electoral office. If the reports have validity and then they are not dealt with properly, then you go to the courts and you use your examples. But making a set of noise all over the place and crying, that ain't going and help you. That shows your weakness as a political organization. It doesn't show strength. It shows weakness.
And they're weak from the head, eh? I mean, once you don't have a settled head and so, once you start rotting from the head and you're going through, you know. You're really going through, so...
so apparently Prime Minister has a meeting later as well, Devon?
In Montmorris, yes.
Yeah.
Let me see, yes, just remember, Montmorris at 7 p.m.
And at Dowden telling us,
yes, Karen. Yes, thanks for the information, Ms. Dowden.
Thanks, Ms. Dowden.
Yeah, very much so.
For the New National Party has a meeting in Mount Moritz this afternoon on Church Street for 7 p.m.
Yes.
So Prime Minister Dr. Right Honorable Keith Mitchell will be there. Yeah.
And Honorable Tobias Clement also is at Mount Parnassus. Yeah, this evening also. Good morning and welcome. Hello.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. Scott, you know you're better than these people name. You seem far like Prime Minister. You have a vision. Because you say what the people going to do around the time when they get the date and know it's the same thing will happening. They're trying to let down the hospital, let down the Prime Minister, let down everybody around him. And they just vicious, they get mad, they get crazy. I don't know what happened to these people.
Yeah.
They want the date, they get the date, now they're crying about date. So you take care.
All right, my dear.
Bye-bye.
Make up all your mind what all you want.
You want the date.
You get the date. You vex.
So you get the date. Deal with the date. Don't think.
Yeah.
Deal with the date. You want
Call the thing, doc. Call the date. Repeat it after me. Call the date.
Call the election. Call the election. We ready for you.
Yeah, you all looked for it, you wanted it, you get it, then deal with it. Yeah.
Have fun with it. I know a lot of all losing all the deposit.
Boss, you know something we ain't mentioned enough, 600 houses have been started, 600 houses have been started. And I know a lot of people out there in need of those houses. Yeah, you have some mothers there, no supporting, they're fighting up, they're working, they're fighting up. And so, but the space they're in, small, they need a little, they need the opportunity and so. So we ain't giving up no houses. We building 600 now, and then we go in and build 1,000. On top of that, the 1,000 that we beg and get back. Yeah, so after the 600, it's still about 1,000 that we beg and get back. After certain people give them up and all kind of thing, you understand?
Now, I'm seeing next Thursday, the official launch of the campaign for St. Andrews Northwest, Cajuna Junction.
Yeah, all you put it in the chat and don't come and don't call and say, don't send no email with all of them and see. Go ahead. That's all you're announcing thing. Nobody ain't calling and say. All you know me mouth already, I saying what I have to say.
And
Yeah, play a little call in and say.
With all fairness, I have something from St. Andrews, not Eastern, but I seem to sort of misplace that document of a independence event that they are planning. And so, but I can't give the specifics because I lost the information. So, Mr. PRO, my apologies, right? Please, right? If you can extend that information for me one more time, please, I will ensure that it's out there. All right? So, please.
Yes, indeed. 440-7377 and the phone line is blinking.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning again.
Good morning.
You have given nice advice to those candidates and them. They are not waiting because they want employment. So I bet you on March 13th, all of them going to go out, they're voting right against themselves because they want work. They can't make it no way at all. Let's keep moving.
All right, my dear.
Bye.
They smart.
Yeah, I mean, they could come.
Yes, I mean,
help
it's
them
open.
out.
Definitely.
We go help them, even if they want to come from now.
Yes.
We go help them out.
Definitely put them on their feet.
Yeah, if they don't want to talk to me, they could talk to they could talk to the adversary, the person in the constituency. They could call a meeting with them and talk to them and say, listen, I know you're going to beat me, but here what? After that, are the children, are the bank, are the credit union, are other bills to pay, and so I need a little help. Could you help me get into this department? I think I'd be most suited for this department, and so we go help all you. We ain't them kind of people that wouldn't help.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello?
Yes,
Hey,
good
day.
morning.
Hello?
Yes, you're live caller. Go right ahead.
Hi, good morning. Sheldon?
Hi.
Hello?
Ignore the radio. Speak to me on the phone.
Yeah,
and go
but I
ahead.
hear you on the phone. We have a meeting later on in Monlong. That's Miss Delma.
Mm-hmm.
So, for 5 o'clock.
Which part in Monlong?
Huh?
Where in Monlong?
Monlong by the shop.
By the shop.
Huh?
By the?
I don't hear you.
No, which part in Monlong?
Which part in Monlong? In the junction.
Okay, great.
Huh?
All right, my dear.
All right.
Okay. So Monlong this afternoon as well. All right, nice. I do have Northeast list somewhere. My mother will beat me as soon as I come out from here. I have the list here and I know how to do it. But I do have the list of meetings for Northeast. I can't remember if they have a meeting today or if it's tomorrow. But they have meetings and so. All right. 440-7377. Those of you on the live, just ignore people who are coming there to try and distract you. Just ignore them. When they make statements like that, you know it's not true.
Yeah,
so why do you bother?
Also, too,
I'm not
Sheldon,
saying they're stupid. I ain't calling their questions and statements notice. I'm just saying ignore them. Yeah.
Also, too, last night we have seen the I think the beginning of the campaign in a religious way by Honorable Emmeline Pierre.
It was last night.
Last night
Okay.
in
I don't know. I thought it was
in
next
a
week.
home in a home church. I was in Grenville.
Mhm.
Quite a audience to know. And beautiful way to start the campaign. Put God first in everything that we do. Put God first. Congratulations, Mom, and I mean you have been leading. And the 4 women in St. Andrews, trust me, I don't know what stopping is more than a hurricane that passing through St. Andrews come March 13th. Woman power. Yeah, I ain't afraid to say it. That is one time I go stop due to women power. It's on March 13th.
Let's just say, folks, remember those of you on the live to like and share the live. There will be a rebroadcast of this program you realize the voice started to disappear now, at 8 p.m. tonight via 89.5 and at 3 a.m. again via the same medium. Also in Brooklyn from 10 p.m. via 94.9 FM. The live will be available immediately after we finish. All 14,000 or more of you that it has reached already. Via the live alone. And we're talking about radio and the rest of the means and so. That's just via the live. Yeah. So, 14,900. We're getting close to 15,000 people there that we've touched for the morning so far. And we'd like to thank each and every one of you for joining us this morning. Let's go to the phone line.
Good morning and welcome.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Right, I'm calling to let the people of St. David's know that I am hot talk.
Yes, you're live. Yeah, you're live.
Right. I'm calling to let the people of St. David's know, especially Bellevue and the surrounding areas, that we have an opening meeting tomorrow evening up by the Nutmeg Pool in Tabaid
All right.
with Oliver Joseph, the minister. So we'd
Mhm.
like them to turn out, please. And I also think that they may get a surprise visit, not show, but I think so from Peter David.
All right.
So we want the surrounding, know everybody to come out and listen. Don't stay home and say they hear this, or perhaps come out and listen and hear for yourself.
All right, my dear.
Thank you, guys. Have a great day.
All right,
All right,
my dear.
wonderful.
Wonderful.
Yeah, folks, just remember constituencies you need to give me your list. Yeah, get it to Devon, get it to me, make sure, and then if you're changing a meeting, let us know as well,
us
so that
know
we
as
don't go on air and say that meeting taking place A, B, or C, and that meeting has been shifted or so. So we need to know that, right?
Because you know everyone listens to us and they take what we say the gospel, basically. Right?
Good afternoon, Brother Sheldon.
Hello.
Brother Devon.
Morning.
Hello, my
Okay,
dear.
still morning.
You know, I was trying to call for the longest while since morning because so much to say, but I will cut it short. Gary to Minister Alexandra Otwindwell. The man for the South that want to come in the South. I am so ashamed. We never have a minister in the South or want to run in the South shame the people so bad. I was listening to the program last night, you know, and I called and asked him. All what I asked him, he was, I wasn't prepared for that. And everything is in the manifesto, so I don't have to repeat it again. So I had to ask him, I said, well, I don't have a manifesto. I don't have one of you guys' manifesto. So could you please explain to the people of the South, what would you do different? Instead of condemning everything, I want to tell him, he shame us so bad. And to see he born and bred in the South, he shame us so bad. He have to wheel and again.
Oh boy, well, yeah, I mean, I looked at it as in and between, and I was not impressed. And if you're seeking public office to represent me, and I ask you about an issue, you ought to be able to respond to the issue or give me a time frame in which you will be able to respond to the issue. For instance, I don't always have the answers to different questions or so, but I would endeavor to find them out and then get back to the person with a response. Yeah, whether on air, off air, or whatever it is. We have a caller.
Good morning and
Hello,
welcome.
hello, morning. Is that Hard Talk?
Yes, it is.
Yes. Sheldon and Devon, good morning.
Good morning, my friend.
Yes, I heard Wizard singing this song about NNP Freed Nasim. I want Wizard to know. He must know about fear, because that's the way he was afraid of Ajamo every time he went on stage. That he couldn't perform every time Ajamo performed. And when he realized he couldn't beat Ajamo, he said he walking over, and that is the same thing they say now about the NNP.
Oh boy.
All right, my friend.
You gone?
Yeah,
Caller go on me?
Yeah. These guys are them. I don't understand. But you know what? Wizard, in my view, you're kind of right, you know, because the people at Grenada are really afraid Nazim in truth, you know, the incompetence of that gentleman to manage one of the most important pillars of our country, the economy, right? We have to fear him. We have to be scared of someone like him showing their face anyway around the financial circles of the government because of his incompetence. And it speaks for itself. Everyone in Grenada knows about it. The 4.5 years we had of Senator Nazim Burke as the finance minister of our country, right? Our country went through hell.
And watch it. I think we done for the day.
Yeah, I think we done.
I think we done for the
Yeah,
day
we done.
because that flu trying to beat me up.
Yeah. And again, kind of hot too. I find
that flu beating me up too, man. And it gained to me now. Yeah, it kind of gained to me now. So, folks, that's all the time we have for today. Yes. And Hard Talk, it's been wonderful being here. Mr. Man, we have any video coming on after, or is it? Yes, we those of you on the live, please stay on. We've got something coming up for you. Yep. And whatever you say, whatever you do it safe and secure. I want to be speaking to and with you.
And not about you.
We're out of here.
Peace out.
Every election campaign is full of old talk and grand promises. Let history be your guide. Is who likely to better perform in government. Election is not about choosing perfect. They are about choosing the best one offer. Vote competent. Vote the NNP.
It's not really complicated. Elections are about choice. Between 2008 and 2013, 1,265 youth engaged with the GIAP. Between 2014 and 2017, 3,725 youth engaged with the Amani program, with a spend of over $190 million. So let's keep moving. Vote NNP. Vote.
Six schools earmarked to benefit from the Grenada Educational Enhancement Project. Details to this story and more in the national report. With the national report, I am Rikisha St. Louis. The Keith Mitchell-led administration continues to boast of achievements within the education sector. From 2013 to 2017, over $100 million was spent on school rehabilitation and construction. And according to Senator Kate Lewis, 2018 will be no different. Government has secured a $15 million loan from the Caribbean Development Bank and also a grant of over $500,000 to execute the Grenada Educational Enhancement Program. The loan caters to the expansion and rehabilitation of 6 schools, including teacher training sessions. According to Lewis, the grant will be used towards developing a more conducive system for children at risk within the learning environment.
The grant of $533,000 will be used to assist the government in financing consultancy services to develop a gender-sensitive early identification system for children at risk of educational and societal failure, to determine the effectiveness of the regulatory and operational relationship between the state and assisted private schools, and finally to assist in enhancing the relationship between selected schools and their communities. Mr. President, the 6 schools that are down for the rehabilitation on the GIP are as follows: the Grenada Seventh-day Adventist Comprehensive School, J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School, Bishop's College, Carriacou, Presentation Brothers College, the St. Joseph's Convent, St. George, and St. Joseph's Convent, Grenville. Mr. President, there is also a technical assistance which will provide under the GIP project for the development of final designs and costing for the rebuilding of 1 school and for the relocation of 2 schools.
The project also makes provision for the rebuilding of 1 school and the relocation of 2 institutions. She highlighted some of the achievements and listed some of the ongoing projects.
The Telescope Resource Center, the refurbishment of this building will provide a facility for small business operations, conference room facilities, skills training facilities, an administrative office, counseling room, and toilet facilities. At the St. Teresa's preschool construction, the preschool that is now currently under construction, Mr. President, will see the building of a 1-story, the building moving from a 1-story wooden structure to a 2-story concrete building with more space to accommodate classrooms, toilets, kitchen facilities, office space, and an indoor play area. Mr. President, the St. Dominic's preschool reconstruction. A few years ago, the school was completely destroyed, and today, the building has been rebuilt in keeping with the early childhood standards.
The schools earmarked for the rehabilitation under the JEEP project are Grenada SDA Comprehensive School, J.W. Fletcher Catholic Secondary School, Bishop's College in Carriacou, Presentation Brothers College, and St. Joseph's Convent, St. George and St. Andrew. Local entrepreneurs will be at the National Stadium in full array as the Division of Trade hosts the 2018 Made in Grenada Expo as part of the 2018 Independence celebrations. The expo gives entrepreneurs the opportunity to showcase their locally made products as an avenue to obtain more markets. 45 businessmen and women have already registered for the event on February 7th. Trade Officer Julian St. Bernard James says the entrepreneurs and the economy stand to benefit from the expo.
It's important that Grenadian products be promoted. Grenada has a number of quality products, and this expo will build awareness of the variety and the quality of products that Grenada has. It's also an opportunity for manufacturers to generate some revenue through sales through that expo. It's also they'll be able to make some contacts, be it from clients, be it from persons who would want to sell raw materials to them, etc. It's also to get some media coverage for the exports, because at the end of the day, if awareness is built and demand is increased for the products, then at the end of the day they'll be able to enhance exports, and standard of living and revenue and all that would be increased.
This is the first time the division has seen a huge level of interest from the youth.
From the registration process, I must say that we have a lot of youths on board this year as opposed to the other years. This is the first year I think we have, out of the 45 registration, we have over 15 young persons that have registered with us, and most of them are into the art and craft industry, from what I've seen.
Narcel Bridges, Trade Officer, explained that the unit is working closely with the Bureau of Standards to ensure that only quality is showcased at the expo.
They ensure that our labels are up to standard, which is cleanliness, attractiveness. You have it arouses the senses in your body, you know, and we also have the legibility to your packaging, and you should have the list of your ingredients properly listed. You also have your brand name if you have any common name used, you know.
So your branding and so has to be standard.
Everything have to be with standards. And after the Bureau does their vetting, we take it to the next level, which we would give you the authorization on our end that you are free and okay to participate into the event because you have good packaging, good labeling, you meet the standards, so you have the go-getter from the standards body.
Registration fee is $50 and the deadline for registration is Friday, February 2nd. The Marketing and National Importing Board is exploring new methods of planning production in an effort to attract and secure more markets. MNIB has been commended by the government for its efforts in working along with the farmers to increase production and ensure that market standards are met. The board has developed a computerized system that helps plan production by letting officials track activities of the farmers with regards to crop production. Chief Executive Officer Ruel Edwards explained that the system tells what fertilizer is used and gives an estimated period when the crops will be ready for harvesting.
We've also built a very strong information system within MNIB where we have been capturing data from the farms, and by the click of a button on a computer we can project where the farmers are, what they've planted, when they've planted it, how much they've planted, when it's going to be ready, if they've used pesticide, what pesticide they use, if they use fertilizer or manual, what kind they use. So at least we have a very good sense as to what's happening out in the field. The key thing for us and for this country and for agriculture is that the farmers ought to cooperate and provide the information so that at least we know. Grenada is 100,000 people. We have market opportunities in a range of produce. We don't believe that we are supplying all that is required for local consumption. We have room, but it requires orderly, structured production.
MNIB's pack house is the only in the OECS with a food safety certificate. This, he said, is the way forward for the production of quantity and quality products.
The Marketing and National Importing Board is in the enviable position of being the only pack house in the entire OECS region, and the Prime Minister would have indicated so as well, that has achieved a food safety certificate. That certificate was not easy. We've received tremendous support from the government, from the Caribbean Development Bank, and from other agencies to bring us to the level where we are at now. Our packing house in Grenada has been approved by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration as a packing house that is certified to do consolidation exports into the United States. So meeting quality specification, I think we're well positioned to take advantage of that. And what we can now do is to command better prices for produce that leaves Grenada, because we can assure them of the quality that we offer.
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Celebrating our culture. Celebrating our heritage. Showcasing who we are. Heading to Big Parish St. Andrews on Saturday, February 3rd for the Independence Cultural Extravaganza, starting at 5 p.m. with a flambeau march through the town of Grenville. Then into Victoria Park, singing, dancing, drumming by Grenada's best cultural performers, followed by the Jump Together Soca concert with the best of the best, ending the night with fireworks and great memories. The Big 44 of Grenada's independence, celebrating our culture, our heritage, one people, one country, our responsibility. Grenville is the place to be. Celebrate, celebrate,
celebrate. Welcome back. For the first time, residents of the Mango Village in Willis will receive pipe-borne water. This is through an initiative of the National Water and Sewage Authority, NWASA, to install a 16,000-gallon storage facility in the community. This will ensure a constant flow of water to 50 households. Communications Officer Wendy Chateau has the details in this report.
Work has already started on the installation of a facility that will result in 16,000 gallons of water becoming available to residents of this Willis community, which has over the years been challenged by a lack of pipe-borne water. This project, which is expected to be completed in approximately 1 month, will see a 6,000-gallon facility installed at the Willis Community Center and 10,000 gallons at a higher elevation that will gravity flow back to Mango residents. Manager of the Production and Distribution Department at NWASA is Wim Cox.
NWASA is about to embark on a project here that will see water, a constant flow of water for the village of Mango. Now, Mango is a village that has never had running water simply because the plants that are associated with this area are lower than the elevation at Mango. So water was never able to flow through gravity at Mango. The project that we're about to embark on would see a small pumping station that we're going to build here at the community center. This pumping station is going to pump water up to a holding storage tank higher up the Mango village, and that plant is going to gravity water down throughout the village of Mango. So it's a first for them because, as I say, given the dynamics in the past, this wasn't possible because of the hydraulics at the plants.
Other options have been explored over the years to address the cries of Mango residents, but this is expected to finally bring resolution to the issue once and for all.
The water from the Angadale plant gets to this area. So that is the water that we're going to be using to fill this tank. So the water is going to be used from gravity. The water is going to be filling these tanks, and then we're going to set up a pumping system where the pump is going to pump it up to the storage and then gravity down to the village. We've already run those smaller lines, so it's just this last phase of the project, getting the tanks in, getting the pumps in, getting this 4-inch line installed. And once that is done, the people at Mango, some of them already started their application process. In a few days, our customer service team is going to come to the village again to get applications from people to advise people further that the project is on, so people could start going into NWASA and making their application, those who are interested. But I know that everybody in Mango is interested because we've been hearing their cry over the years, year after year, that water is not coming up to Mango. We've tried some things in the past. Of course, it wasn't adequate, and people still wasn't getting a constant flow of water. Some people not getting water at all. So with this project, we will resolve all those issues, and the entire village of Mango should have, or not should, but will have a constant flow of water.
Approximately 50 households stand to benefit from the installation of this new system once it's complete.
we're going to have the distribution storage at 10,000 gallons. This line that you're seeing here is a 4-inch HDPE line, and this is the force main line that is going to be pumping the water to the storage and then distributing.
Thank you, Wendy. Now to recap the headlines. 6 schools earmarked to benefit from the Grenada Educational Enhancement Project. And that's the National Report. I am Rakisha St. Louis.
Building a stronger economy means all Grenadian workers benefit, those who work in the public service and those who work elsewhere. Now that the period of shared sacrifices is over, the benefits must be shared among every Grenadian. More money for house repair, more money to improve healthcare, more money for training, more money for education, and yes, more money for public servants. $55 million in various payments. We are the Grenadian family looking out for each other. And even as we fight for ourselves and our families, we always remember our neighbors. We forge ahead together.
Putting the lens on Grenada, its people, and its possibilities. This is State of Affairs. Putting the lens on Grenada, its people, and its possibilities. This is State of Affairs. Reporting this week, I am Abigail McIntyre. Ministry of Youth Fly program continues to be a success. Here are the stories of those who are benefiting. Imani Hope trainees are excelling in their fields of training. Find out how opportunities have transformed their lives. And State of Affairs continue to highlight the pronouncements from the platform. See what is being said in this week's episode. Rakisha St. Louis, June Paul, and Delroy Louison all report from the Grenada Heartland when we come back.
The Keith Mitchell-led administration has resurrected the state pension issue after previous governments backed away following its removal during the revolution. This has now become a matter of high priority with legacy-defining potential. This after the government refused to appeal the Hermelin Armstrong case and to restore her pension in accordance with a High Court judgment. Now, the Mitchell government is inviting solution-driven dialogue as it presses ahead to restore pension to public officers. CARTAC has been contracted to provide possible solutions. A pension consultant from Washington is also on the case. The IMF has pledged technical support, and government is urging stakeholders and union leaders in particular to come to the table. The Mitchell government is appealing for solution-driven dialogue designed to restore state pension to public officers.
Welcome back. A program of the Ministry of Youth is giving at-risk youth another chance at a better life. It's called Fostering Level-Headed Youth, or FLY. Rakisha St. Louis tells us more.
There is a saying that the main hope of a nation lies in the proper education of its youth. The Keith Mitchell-led administration for years has been investing heavily in youth development through skills training, job placement, small business development, among others. The Ministry of Youth has left its mark in thousands of households and communities with its youth-focused programs such as the new Imani program, FLY, HYPE, Project Reach, and many more.
So we just sit down, we just speak about it, we just talk about the things we're learning, what is beneficial for us and how it's helping us, the way forward, what's tomorrow's, well, the future, what is the next step, how to plan it, how to engage it. And to me, when we lack of that, we drop out of school, some of us drop out, some of us have different issues, but coming back to the program, it has made us know that life ain't finished. We just start living, and throughout the program, once we continue and keep our head high, we're going to make it.
I miss it a lot in school, so I really want to get back what I missed out. And also, I'm really glad for the classes. When I heard that, I said, yes, I will come. The ladies who come and wrote it down, they asked me if I would come. I told them, yes, I would have come. The first time I came, I did went somewhere different, but they called me and told me to come here, so I did come here. So I love the class.
Yes, I felt happy because I was home doing nothing. And I was like, I'm home doing nothing, so I will go and give it a shot. And it was okay. I've learned a lot during this process.
Testimonies from participants of the Ministry of Youth's FLY program, which seeks to engage the unemployed and marginalized young men and women throughout Grenada. FLY is the acronym for Fostering Level-Headed Youth, a UNDP-sponsored project which includes the engagement in life skills training, literacy, and numeracy, with the community service aspect of the project scheduled to commence in the coming weeks.
A program like this helps to teach life skills, helps to teach certain practical skills, but most importantly, helps to empower our youth, to give them that self-respect, to allow them to be the change that they would like to see in their community, to allow them to recognize that people care about them, that regardless of their beginnings, they have a very productive and potential future ahead of them.
So many times, as I said before, people have been trained and they just go back home and sit down. But this is one that has the objective of really placing people in a job situation rather than just training them. So it taught them to fish, but also a bit of hand-holding, the business aspect of it too, how to manage a business. I think that was a critical aspect. So kudos to the Ministry of Youth, kudos to all of those, the organizers, the main coordinator, Mr. Royden Bihari, but very importantly, a lot of kudos to those who stuck it out and have reached that far and shown their appreciation for what was being taught to them.
The project has already been launched and completed in Mount Rose St. Patrick and Carriacou. It is ongoing in Coast Guard St. Mark and Montou St. George. Our SOA team recently journeyed to both training sites, now into its 7th week, and already it is having a positive impact on the participants.
This program is a very good program. Certain basic of my life I've been done with, I've really abstained it, and certain things I used to do, this program learned me a lot. And the life skill is more important because the life skill based on your life, how you know to talk to people, how to greet people, So I based on this and I learned from this how to greet people and to talk. Yeah, it's a nice thing. And the class is very interesting. I advise everyone who have their youths on the block or everywhere to come to this program.
Since I came in this group, it's been doing a lot for me. I will thank the government for bringing such a group for that because my skills, my ability will come up more, even increasing. And in life skill I taught me a lot to control my anger and how to come out with people, how to move about I want to own my own business one day. That is with a small business coming. And you've been teaching me a lot, you've been teaching me all different areas, how to get there.
FLY runs for 6 months, 4 days a week. This time around, the focus is being placed on plumbing.
This is an area, plumbing is an area that is needed with the construction boom that is going on now, and it's all over. Public sector, private sector, government is doing schools, repairing schools, they have to maintain schools in terms of plumbing and other repairs. Hotels are going up. A lot of things are happening where they could get jobs, open their companies and get jobs. And every household at one time or another needs a plumber. So I think it's an excellent area. The fact that they are going to pursue general construction again is a good idea because that again is a necessity.
In plumbing, one day, later in life when I have my own house, my pipe boss, I know I could do my own thing. I could do I didn't have to pay nobody again. But in the government and the ministry have done something really good, especially in the area of Montou. Knowing the kind of place Montou is, he have done a lot, pulling a lot of us from the streets because a lot of us was on the block. I didn't have nothing constructive to do. So this has been a good program.
There are plans by the ministry to expand the program.
It is our hope that we will have more partners on board so that we can expand the program in 2018. Definitely, that's one of our aim, and we can move to another community. We have gotten great feedbacks from the facilitators of the program as it relates to the developmental stages of the participants thus far. We have also received exceptional response from the various participants of the program who have also shared some very interesting information as it relates to what does it mean for fostering level-headed youth program, what it means to them as a person, what it means to them as an individual.
Officials are happy that the change in lifestyle and personalities are already evident in many of the participants.
To see the difference in their faces from the first day of initiating the program to today, of them speaking up in the class now, of the confidence they have, of their drive, newfound drive that they always had. But a program like this allows them to reach inwards and find it again and bring it out there to go out and make a difference.
The changes that they have came about within the individual life and within the individual development thus far, with only 6 weeks into the program, we have seen a number of positive reaction and feedbacks from the participants. And
with this newfound training, the participants themselves are anticipating a brighter future.
I would love to tell them, well, continue to get an education, go out there and get a good education, because at the end, if it might not, well, we know the government is helping us with the program, but one day we have to do it on our own. Because for somebody like me, have to come back in a program like this to get to know, well, the things I'm capable of doing, I could have done much better if I had stayed in school, if I had my head on. So I would love to educate the youths of today, especially the ones on the block, to get out there, find something, get yourself in a program too, so you can develop yourself, because we are somebody. We could be somebody greater than today, yesterday, and still in the future.
I would like to be an entrepreneur myself. I don't like working for people, so I rather open my own business, and it helped me a lot in the sense of sorting out my business plan and getting the strategy of marketing the product and as well as the business.
So a year from now, I see myself, doing some falls, and they bring it to light, so I could do so much more, and doing the business plan and getting on board. It helped me very much.
Reporting for State of Affairs, I am Rikisha St. Louis. These are the images from across Grenada. This is State of Affairs. More stories from the heartland after this.
Madam, what it is you doing there? You could hurt yourself and hurt the baby too, you know.
Thank you, sir, for your concern, but I am in no distress.
If you don't mind me asking, madam, what it is you carrying there?
This is an LPG cylinder from Petro-Caribbean.
Petro-Caribbean? LPG?
So you don't know Petro-Caribbean selling cooking gas now? The bottle light and easy to handle. That is why even me could carry it with my big belly. And sir, the best part is the price better than the rest.
Wow.
Petro-Caribbean, energy for union, available at distributors and retailers across Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique.
Youth Minister Senator Pamela Moses continues on her visits to Imani Hope trainees to see firsthand what trainees have been doing on the job. This week, Senator Moses visited the teachers at the Grenada Boys Secondary School and was pleased at their progress. June Paul reports.
The many life-changing testimonies echoed by young persons who has and continue to be empowered through the new Imani program are taking over the airwaves, and this week our weekly visits to trainees by Youth Minister Senator Pamela Moses takes us to one of the nation's top secondary schools. The trainees you are about to meet are employed as assistant personnel in a number of areas within the institution and were recently awarded certificates in Caribbean Vocational Qualification, CVQ, and the National Vocational Qualification, NVQ, under the program. Agatha Lewis, Assistant Secretary at the school, was delighted in sharing her story with State of Affairs. Ms. Lewis says she enjoys working at the school and spoke of her daily duties performed. Agatha shared on her achievement of success as a proud holder of a Caribbean Vocational Qualification CVQ in General Office Administration.
Okay, I did office administration, general office administration, where I obtained the level 2 in the CVQ. My next step is that I want to get a higher level, because where I'm at now, I think is just for most likely an assistant. But the 3 would give me like a supervisory position.
She offered a word of advice to other young persons.
It's a great opportunity to obtain the level 2 CVQ because you get more exposure to things that you did not know before.
Liberian Ms. Janelle Lewis, a proud recipient of a National Vocational Qualification NVQ certificate, is a multitasker at the GBSS and says she is pleased to be placed at the institution.
It's been a bit challenging in terms of the classes and the up and down and stuff like that, but then having come to the end to get your CVQ or your NVQ, it's been worth it, definitely worth it.
Having been given the opportunity to train at the GBSS, Janelle is now thinking of further developing herself.
Okay, so for me, GBSS is basically the step I am at now, using my office skills here to really improve myself, and mostly I might try for graphics because I'm really into computers and anything digital, so I might go for graphics after this.
With the growing demand for knowledge in information technology at schools, the GBSS can proudly boast of a well-established IT room. Calvin Antwine, information technology teacher at the school, highly commended his assistant, Shawneel Charles, an Imani trainee attached to the IT department. He believes the new Imani program has had a tremendous impact on the quality of education and service offered by the school. At present, Charles is pursuing a CVQ in information technology.
I must say it's an excellent addition to the support here in GBSS because, of course, you know, it's public school and computer repair costs can be so expensive. Sometimes we spend hundreds of dollars on one system. So now that we have our on-board support, yeah, he's always here. If any computer goes down and so on, he quickly repairs it and so on. So we always have our full complement of systems functional in a time of technology. In this case, I mean, the impact is known countrywide, but in my case of GBSS, I mean, it's good support that in the event that a computer goes down, we don't have to wait on the necessary computer store. We have an on-site person, so it can be up as soon as possible.
The training component of the new Imani program is subdivided into 4 categories, namely apprenticeship or on-the-job training, direct skills training, enterprise or small business, and community development initiative. Upon completion of the training, the successful trainees are awarded a CVQ or NVQ. Ms. Giselle Dominic is one of the many young persons who have completed a CVQ in graphics designs and now holds a recognized certificate in that area. Giselle, an assistant art and graphics teacher with background teaching experience, says having completed this course landed her at the GBSS.
It was a new experience, especially for the graphics design. I never thought that I would have enjoyed graphics design or had any idea that I would have been working in that field.
Mr. Josh St. Louis, art and graphics teacher and supervisor for Ms. Dominic, applauded her dedication to the job.
All right. How's her attitude towards work? Ms. Dominic is very vigilant. She's always on time. She comes, she makes sure the boys are settled. She's very good at preparing the tables and the forefronts for art. She also helped in developing some of the concept, which I have taught. She gave me pointers to make the work more interesting and so that the students could be more responsive.
State of Affairs will in the coming weeks share with you more success stories and highlights from the Ministry of Youth and Sports on programs executed which is geared towards youth empowerment and advancement. Reporting for State of Affairs, I am June Paul.
This is the Grenadian Reality This is our current state of affairs. As the road to another general election draws nigh, the government of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has begun meeting with constituents across the country, introducing candidates up to run on the party ticket. But the platform has also been used to highlight some of the work of government over the past 4.5 years, as well as the plans going forward. Delroy Louison reports on some of these pronouncements from the platform.
When you look at what has happened in our nation, it is clear to see that the NNP has delivered. It is clear to see that the NNP continues to deliver, brothers and sisters.
As government nears its 5-year mark of its term in office, State of Affairs has been following the progress of an administration at work under the leadership of Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell. At a recent endorsement rally for parliamentary representative for St. George Northeast, Tobias Clement, the platform was used for more than just igniting voters to turn out when the trumpet is sound. Ministers of government also used the opportunity to testify of the progress made over the last 4.5 years.
These last 5 years, in my view, have been the best 5 years in the recent history of this country. These last 5 years, brothers and sisters, I believe in my lifetime, has been the best 5 years I ever seen in this country. We have come too far to go back.
Among many of the achievements of government is its track record for infrastructural development. Improving road networks is one of them. The constituency of St. George Northeast has seen its share of road works over the last 4.5 years.
The road in Black Forest, we did Dandy Road, we did the road behind the community center, we did the drains, and that is what we did. And I said to them, you know something, all my allocation, sorry brothers and sisters, I have to make sure that it is spent before the budget year ends. And if I spend it all, I will go to dock and beg for some more.
These works, Clement says, has created more opportunities for the people of the constituency.
Brothers and sisters, today you can travel from Bossaju to New Hampshire unimpeded. And not only that, the Grenville Road has now become a tourist route. So they can go to Granite Land, they can come to Annandale, they can go to the gardens and then move to Concord. This is the route now. Not only that, but the buses that come to New Hampshire can drop our brothers and sisters off right at their home. And this is what we brought. But you know, we did not only stop there. We moved to complete the Woodlands Avenue Road. Then we brought out the Stones Road right out to the main road. We engaged Marab and we did the Granton Road. And brothers and sisters, although this piece of road is not in my constituency, we cannot talk about New Hampshire without talking about the Dega Road.
Clement also announced that government was able to provide running water for the first time to a community in his constituency.
2 years ago, I engaged Nawasa, and just behind the hill, in the little village over Mankuma, Mayan, it was the new National Party again who brought water to the citizens of Mayan. And today they can boast about that. They don't have to carry water from the standpipe down here back to their homes, but it is at their home now.
On the national front, Grenada was recognized for its growth and development over the last few years by the International Monetary Fund. This is testament of the successful efforts of government to put the country back on a sustainable economic front.
The IMF Managing Director and the top officials of international institutions, I join Prime Minister Holness on the podium on discussion of the way forward for the Caribbean. And Grenada was being touted as having one of the most prosperous moving economy in terms of growth development in the Caribbean. We were given credit for what we have done in the last 4.5 years, knowing where we came from before that.
Dr. Mitchell admits this is largely due to the support from social partners.
If we did not get the support of the leadership of the trade union movement, if we did not get the support of the business community's leadership, the leadership of the churches, and the leadership of the NGO community, non-governmental organization, sisters and brothers, we could not be where we are today.
There is no doubt the Grenadian government has placed the country back on a sustainable path of development and have encouraged growth in many sectors of society, providing jobs and restoring hope to many, especially the nation's youth. State of Affairs will continue to monitor the pronouncements on the platform. For State of Affairs, I'm Delroy Lauzon.
And that's our picture this week from the home front. That's the current state of affairs. As we speak, our reporters and producers are gathering more stories from across Grenada as we prepare
Putting the
talk.
lens on Grenada, its people, and its possibilities. This is State of Affairs. Reporting this week, I am Delroy Lauzon. An investment in the South is adding value to the shopping experience. Find out how. Anglican High School records another success year, this time in the academic field. Hear how this new accomplishment is building the school's spirit. And work to begin on a playing field in the St. Andrew district. Kevil Frederick, Rikisha St. Louis, and Abigail McIntyre all report from the Grenada Heartland when we come back.
The Keith Mitchell-led administration has resurrected the state pension issue after previous governments backed away following its removal during the revolution. This has now become a matter of high priority with legacy-defining potential. This after the government refused to appeal the Hermelin Armstrong case and to restore her pension in accordance with a High Court judgment. Now, the Mitchell government is inviting solution-driven dialogue as it presses ahead to restore pension to public officers. CARTAC has been contracted to provide possible solutions. A pension consultant from Washington is also on the case. The IMF has pledged technical support, and government is urging stakeholders and union leaders in particular to come to the table. The Mitchell government is appealing for solution-driven dialogue designed to restore state pension to public officers.
Welcome back. The newly built 26,000 square foot Spiceland Mall expansion project is already operational, with new businesses offering a world-class shopping experience for visitors. It's a private investment that is creating big impact for the economy in the South. Kevil Frederick has the details.
outside, you never think all the spaces here.
You see?
From outside, okay.
This is going to be the new location for Court Bank.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so, but this will be the office of our law firm here.
Law firm here?
Yes, Benku.
Yes,
yes. So she took here. We have a doctor's office here.
You got everything here? Somebody gets sick, they know to go?
Yes.
Right. You right here, you're a lawyer. You need a lawyer, come here. Right?
Yes. This
is going to be who?
I think Digicel.
Okay.
And that is Terra here.
Yes, Terra.
It took almost the whole one side, you know? And that's the doctor's office here.
That's the Terra have quite a few.
They took almost this entire side.
They must be doing very well.
Well, of course. Yes.
4 years ago, they want to take a spot.
Spiceland Mall International, Grenada's premier shopping center, is home to over 30 stores, where shoppers can get anything ranging from groceries to electronics, banking services, clothing, medical, legal, to delicious culinary delights, to name a few. Earlier this year, the Hadid Group decided to seize the opportunity and expand the mall's shopping space as investor interest grew. On August 24th, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell, accompanied by the Executive Director, Mr. Hassan Hadid, toured the newly built 2-story, 26,000 square feet additional shopping space in an informal meet and greet with business operators and investors. During the visit, the Grenadian leader was captured interacting with business owners.
I say, you guys, I told him if a man does something wrong, he has a lawyer here. If he gets sick, the doctor here.
Yes.
If he wants to drink a lot of rum and then get a hangover and make a coffee, you have everything here.
All the services are here.
Everything here.
Yes. And did you sell the phone services there?
Everything?
Yes, good.
Well, take care of yourself.
Thank you very much.
Lisa Herrera.
Good morning.
Yeah, pleasure, man.
How are
pleasure.
you?
So that's your corner.
This is my corner.
Cinnamon. Toasted coconut.
Welcome at the Ship Connection and things additional. Nice to have you.
When you started here?
We were down at the first building and then we moved over here about 4 weeks ago. Oh, yes.
They have expanded.
So we have expanded.
That means money flowing. How are you? What do you have there?
Ladies.
Well, you look good, I tell you. You're well decked out. I wasn't going in Grenada. Well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm charging you, no? Yeah. So you guys all right?
No complaints, a pleasure to have you.
Yeah, pleasure.
Take the time to come in.
Hi. Yeah. Just my first site visit.
Okay, very good. Very good. Welcome in.
Yes.
How are you?
You chartered the whole place. How's everything?
He's our public relation officer.
What? All white, man? All white?
We brought 4 top brands from Miami.
Yeah.
Here. Cotton Natural, they are in Miami. They are online also. And actually, they give us 30% for the Caribbean. So we have it cheaper than online themselves. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just for the beginning, you know?
Yes.
Give us support with that.
To advertise it.
Yes. So I'm actually been doing good. The people love it. You know,
people come in.
Yes.
How are you?
So all the sportsmen have to come here, right?
Yes.
Look at them there, already.
How are you?
Not bad. Is it good?
Yes.
Good to see you. Good to see you. So you're in charge, you know?
Yes. This is Daniel.
You're with the company for?
Yes.
As a new one.
It's a new branch. Yeah. Branch in town.
But they have branch in town, yeah?
Yes. So this is a new store we opened. This is Mr. Daniel, who is.
So you're the big man, eh? Genuinely so? Yes. I use the right word. Yes. all right.
State of Affairs later chatted with Dr. Mitchell, who reacted positively to the new environment.
My first impression is really that this place reminds me of any major mall or stores in New York, or Miami, or Washington, where I normally have visited and attempted to shop. So what it shows is that I don't necessarily have to go there to do the shopping and to get the quality of stuff that we see here. That's the first impression I get.
The Prime Minister further added,
It became clear to me that the expansion that we saw here today certainly would not have occurred if those who were involved in investing didn't see serious opportunities for profit based on their activity. It is clear that they have sensed what is taking place in this country economically. They have also sensed that people are looking for quality material in different levels, and what I see there is a showpiece that caters for all levels of persons. Those who are interested at one level will get what they need, and I think that to me is also a major lesson from what I see. It's also an indication of the employment opportunities being created, because every single one of those businesses that you see here is not just replacing from somewhere else. Mostly so, they might have a few like that. The additional investment and so that means the additional job creation, which is sending the right message about development in the country, and of course what they hope for young people getting jobs.
However, the genius behind the multi-million-dollar investment Hassan Hadid has described the current economic climate in Grenada as flourishing and positive.
From a local investor point of view is that we have seen the climate, we have seen the economic situation in Grenada is being going up, and we came to the conclusion that it is the right time from an investor point of view to embark on the expansion of Spice and Mall. And until today, we are confident that we have made the right decision. And we believe Grenada is continuing to develop and to grow economically.
Asked why he chose to invest at this time, he replied,
Any investor must feel confident, right? That there's stability in the country. They have to feel that the government is pro-business. It doesn't matter which government is in power. And then you look for the signal to say, is there any development? And definitely there is development. And you go anywhere in Grenada. I mean, I travel all over Grenada, and I do see all sort of development, whether it is in the construction industry or the hotel industry and so on. And that is an indication that there's a confidence not just in investors, but even in the average Grenadian individual, because when a Grenadian decides to expand on his house, it's an indication of confidence, and that's what it is.
The expansion at the mall has seen the incorporation of some new designs, styles and layouts that are leaving new and returning nationals in amazement.
Well, I think it's pretty impressive. Have an artistic background, an architectural background. I'm very impressed. The type of materials I use, the high-level porcelain tiles and so on, the glass balustrade and so on. Very impressive. I mean, if you're in here, you could never tell if you're in New York or you're in Grenada. Simple. I mean, if you go outside, definitely you'll know. But once you're in here, I mean, even the sizes, I mean, this new wing is just add a lot of volume and most of our class, man.
Meanwhile, business operators and investors are confident that the new home will be buzzing with economic activities soon, especially with the new outlook and variety being offered.
I'm looking for a bright Christmas. Okay, this wing is fairly new, so people will come and they will look first to make sure the prices are right, and then they will come back to shop. So I'm looking for great things for this side of the mall for this year.
Grenadian entrepreneur Lisa Herrera owns Saffron, the first and only coffee espresso shop at the mall.
As you can see, we have a lot of different types of coffee and flavors, and I think it's going to catch on and do well, you know. Yeah, and so far it's doing well. We open on Monday.
Okay, on Monday.
Yes.
Just Monday gone.
Just Monday gone.
All right.
So three days now. This is the fourth day.
Okay.
But so far so good.
I am Kevin Frederick for State of Affairs.
These are the images from across Grenada. This is State of Affairs. More stories from the heartland after this.
Madam, what it is you doing there? You could hurt yourself and hurt the baby too, you know.
Thank you, sir, for your concern, but I am in no distress.
If you don't mind me asking, madam, what it is you carry in there?
This is the LPG cylinder from Petro-Caribbean.
Petro-Caribbean? LPG?
So you don't know Petro-Caribbean selling cooking gas now? The bottle light and easy to handle. That is why even me could carry it with my big belly. And sir, the best part is the price better than the rest.
Wow.
Petro-Caribbean, energy for union, available at distributors and retailers across Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique.
The 2017 CSEC examination results still has schools in a celebratory mood as they toast the success of students. But amidst the joy, there are some concerns that Grenada is lagging behind in critical subject areas like math and English. Abigail McIntyre explains.
It was a long-anticipated wait as students from secondary schools across the Tri-Island state waited for results from the 2017 CSEC examination. But on Friday, the 18th of August, the wait was over, and news circulated that the Anglican High School topped the examination with 15 passes, 12 grade 1s and 3 grade 2s.
When I first heard the results, I was at my neighbor's shop, and the results came across on either the 5 or 6 o'clock news, and I just happened to hear my name. So I ran to the radio just to hear it again, because it was just the headlines, and I heard the announce that Kimika Shelley Donnell was the top performer for the CSEC examinations, and I was completely overwhelmed, and I started to panic. My aunt had to hold me down. She sat on me. I couldn't breathe. Then I got up and I just ran home screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, Daddy." He's like, "What happened? What happened?" I said, "Daddy, I come first. Daddy, I come first." And he started crying. It was just a very overwhelming moment for all of us.
Now, Kimika has, over the years, been showing that she has a lot of potential. And we're very happy that she showed that potential in this exam.
The St. Mark Secondary School made a name for itself this year, securing the second place position in the exams. LJ Watts received 13 passes, 12 grade 1s and 1 grade 2.
Just in shock. I couldn't believe it because it was something that I've worked hard for over the past 5 years.
The student coming third hails from the sister isle of Carriacou, making her school proud. Shaniza Steele has 15 subject passes, 11 grade 1s and 4 grade 2s.
I expected great results because I knew I worked extremely hard, and all the long nights and early mornings would surely not go unpaid.
When you look at the pass rate, Hillsborough Secondary had a pass rate of 88% this year, which was higher than St. Joseph Convent, TBC, Anglican High School. It had the second highest pass rate. And this is commendable. And as we all know, Hillsborough Secondary is also the champion, I think, in the Knowledge Bowl or one of those things. And very well in sports. So it tells us that we cannot single out certain schools and say, well, this is a better school than this school. And I think this is the point I want to make. Every school has the potential to do well.
This year, 2,506 candidates registered to write the CSEC examinations. Of that number, 645 were private candidates and the others attending school. Largest entries were in English A, Math, Social Studies, Principle of Business, and Information Technology, while the lowest entries were Theatre Arts, Industrial Technology Mechanical, Additional Math, Religious Education, and Visual Arts. But this year, it was the technical and art subjects that received the most passes. Subjects like Physical Education, Theatre Arts, Food and Nutrition, Technical Drawing, Principles of Business, and Family and Resource Management, to name a few. The traditional subjects like Math and English B, French, and Geography received the lowest pass rates. Above all, 2017 saw the lowest pass rate for the CSEC examination at 67.36%, whereas in 2016, the rate stood at 69.78% and 70.8% in 2015. This is alarming. for the officials from the Ministry of Education.
The intention should be to improve, not any kind of reversal of performance, and this to me is not good.
Minister Boson is particularly concerned about the performance in math and English.
Because we know that maths and English, or literacy and numeracy, are the two key pillars of the education system. And if we are not doing well in those two areas, it means that overall we can't be doing. And this is of concern to us, that we have to do some investigation to find out why our students are not doing well.
Above all, the students are excited to get started on the next level in their lives as they pursue their dreams.
I like being a leader and executing my own ideas, and I have a lot of vision, so I just like to bring those forward.
Well, right now I want to be a general engineer. I'm also studying to be a chemist, a physicist, as well as a marine biologist. I also want to become a doctor and a pilot. It sounds like a lot of things that I have to work on, but I'm sure I'll get there.
Well, my future aspiration is to become a doctor, and I have applied for St. George's University approximately 3 weeks ago, and I have to just send in my CXC results, and I will be awaiting acceptance. So when I get accepted, I'll be attending school in January of 2018, and I'll be doing the biology undergraduate program as a stepping stone in achieving my career to become a medical doctor.
For State of Affairs, I am Abigail McIntyre.
This is the Grenadian reality. This is our current state of affairs. Almost $500,000 is being pumped into the restoration and upgrade of the laboratory playing field in St. Andrew. This as part of government's thrust to improve sporting arenas around the country. Rikisha St. Louis tells us how this project is promising big change for the people.
Excitement builds within the village of La Poterie as the government delivers on yet another promise to upgrade the current playing field. The Keith Mitchell-led administration has, since it assumed office in 2013, been putting a lot of emphasis on upgrading playing fields and sporting facilities across the Tri-Island state. Some of the work being done include the expansion of fields, erection of lights, as well as the construction of pavilions and basketball facilities. Work on the field has already commenced with an anticipated completion period of 3 to 4 months. State of Affairs recently journeyed to the project site with Sports Minister Honorable Roland Bola and other senior sports officials.
As a government and a ministry in particular, we hold the philosophy that we have a lot of raw talent in Grenada in different sporting disciplines. And that one of the things that will help harness those kind of talents and expose them and have them up to the level to compete at a regional and international level is ensuring that we have proper playing surfaces and surfaces where our athletes can find more time. So for example, if you have a playing field that is lit, one of your athletes, if they are a student for example, would have sufficient time for school, get home, do their homework and so, and at 6:30 or 7 o'clock in the night, because the facility is lighted, they can do an hour or 2 hours of practice. So that's a philosophy that we hold and we are working towards that. I must say though that we probably would have liked to have much more fields, so facilities, be it hard court or playing field or so, in a better condition by now, more of them being lighted up. inclusive of the National Cricket Stadium. But we are working towards it. It's a slow march, but we are progressing, and we do believe that over time we'll be able to have all our major fields lighted up so that our athletes can have the opportunity that they deserve. We're looking at expanding the playing surface here as a playing field, and at the same time trying to get it leveled, because it was kind of sloped in a way. Was not a full-size field, so even when the school from Tivoli was having the annual athletics meet, they weren't able to get a full 100 meters across the field, and in trying to get 200 meters or so, they had to run up and down the hill.
The project will be done in 4 phases and will cost approximately $400,000. The National Lotteries Authority and the Government of Grenada will be funding the project.
The field will be basically 300-meter athletic track. You could take that. The distance, it will be 120 by 110. That means we will take a standard football field. So GFA could have matches here, so that's wonderful. The cricket field will have a good 2 cricket turf. And for the community, I think as we listened before and you heard the excitement of the community and all the other stakeholders on board, it will serve now not only the community of Poetry, but all the surrounding.
Once completed, cricketers, basketballers, footballers and athletes will be more comfortable, and therefore much more can be expected from our local sportsmen and women.
Well, definitely this ground is going to be used for the community sporting program. We have coaches in the area, and they are going to be using this ground because I know that Progress Park is a ground that normally being congested with football athletics. So once here is completed, our cricketers are going to have another area where they're going to be able to express themselves and express themselves properly, because the bigger the ground is always better for cricketers.
Good field equal better playing surface, better players. So we're all excited. We expect to see more competition here. At the end of it, we heard of, this is phase 1, so we'll heard of the addition of the maybe basketball court. So it's a full project, and we are excited in Ministry of Sport, and we support our minister. And we are here from the Ministry of Sports Party every week with our technical support team to make sure that the work, is done to standard, and the field will be up to mark as all our other fields in the island.
Cummins says in a few months the La Poterie facility will join the rank and file of grounds that are up to standard in Grenada. He anticipates that a visiting international cricket team will get to test the new cricket turf.
Expanding the park here in La Poterie just is saying to us here in Grenada that we have another cricket ground, because the size that is showing here from where it was and what it's going to be, it is clearly telling us that in St. Andrews we already have Progress Park as an international ground. We have Grenville, we have Pulse. And this cricket ground, this ground here is additional for what we're going to have for cricket. And just looking at what I'm seeing here, I'm already start putting plans in place for when the English team, schools come in, that La Poterie will get a share of it.
One aspect of the project is the construction of a Kalinago house. You see, the current field sits on the foundation of an Amerindian village, and so the grading has unearthed pottery and other remains. These will be showcased at the new facility.
We have the commitment from some professors and archaeologists from Leiden University in the Netherlands, and they have committed to building a Kalinago house that the one you have in St. Vincent Argyle will be an exact look like this one. So we have to provide the material from forestry. We get the rosal tops from different villages, and they are going to construct that house for us.
To top it all off, Minister Bola says the state-of-the-art facility will be environmentally friendly.
The intent is also to have a basketball court being built at the top of the field here. Towards the hillside where we are cutting the bank, when they go further back, they will be doing it in a step formation. That will have to do some work in terms of building a back wall, and with the step formation, sitting areas. We would want to, at some point in time, identify the best suited place to put in changing rooms, bathroom, toilets, and of course, when you do that, to use the upper floor of that to do a bit of sitting pavilion. It is not the intent to do a lot of concrete around this playing field. We want to keep it very natural, close to nature, environmentally friendly, as you would say. So on most sides, we would be planting trees. In particular, we thought the almond tree might be a good one that provides proper shade once you prune it and and keep it in good shape. And we'll be using a lot of the natural material from the forest, the bamboos and so.
Community members are happy that the project will soon be a reality, bringing huge benefits to La Poterie and surrounding areas.
Well, I feel very good about this project for Honorable Bola, what he did for us. He always tell me building that project, and I love to see the start he make and to finish this project for us in this village. This will help the community of La Poterie very good and very important for the community.
But I think we are extremely happy that the village, the community, was going to get a very professional playing field. I think they do need that. And in addition to that, the additional income that people are going to get when this field is completed is going to be of great benefit to the community.
For State of Affairs, I am Rikisha St. Louis.
And that's our picture this.
Putting the lens on Grenada, its people and its possibilities. This is State of Affairs. Reporting this week, I am Abigail McIntyre. Work progresses on the new Houses of Parliament building. See the development thus far. Youth Minister pleased with performance of Imani trainees placed at the General Hospital. Here are the stories of young people whose lives have changed for the better. And government seeks suggestions from agriculture workers and officials about the way forward for the industry. Find out how in another budget update. Rikisha St. Louis, June Paul and myself all report from the Grenada heartland when we come back.
The Keith Mitchell-led administration has resurrected the state pension issue after previous governments backed away following its removal during the revolution. This has now become a matter of high priority with legacy-defining potential. This after the government refused to appeal the Hermelin-Armstrong case and to restore her pension in accordance with a High Court judgment. Now, the Mitchell government is inviting solution-driven dialogue as it presses ahead to restore pension to public officers. CARTAC has been contracted to provide possible solutions. A pension consultant from Washington is also on the case. The IMF has pledged technical support, and government is urging stakeholders and union leaders in particular to come to the table. The Mitchell government is appealing for solution-driven dialogue designed to restore state pension to public officers.
Welcome back. The Grenada Parliament's building is well on its way to completion. In this Rikisha St. Louis report, we learn of what has been done thus far and what's left to do.
The doors to Grenada's Parliament building will soon be opened. 13 years after its original house was destroyed by Hurricane Ivan in 2004, the Keith Mitchell-led administration, with the help of a few of its allies, the governments of Mexico and the United Arab Emirates, is building a state-of-the-art Parliament building. For years, the Grenada Trade Center was made the temporary home of Parliament, but its residence there soon ends. As contractors say, the new building will be ready for use in early 2018. Construction on the $29 million EC facility commenced in January 2016 by Quinn Design and Construction Company Limited and has employed close to 100 locals from the start. The new Houses of Parliament building sits boldly on the hill at Mount Weldale with a breathtaking view that overlooks some of the scenic parts of the capital. It is the epitome of the Spice Isle, with its unique nutmeg-shaped design that encapsulates everything Grenadian.
It was founded really on the concept of, the initial buildings, which were forts. So essentially, the architectonic language of it is the outside. You see we started these sloped perimeter walls, which has forts. The main chamber, which is essentially what we're terming as the nutmeg, and that is the center of the building. We also have civic space, which is to the east of the site, and that is intended, we say that as our way of replenishing lost civic space in St. George's.
It's been built and designed with a green focus, so that it has phase 2 will include solar power, has solar water generation, high thermally efficient windows, insulation, natural lighting, natural ventilation, etc.
The building was constructed to be disaster resilient in accordance to the Miami-Dade County standards.
We're looking for the phase 2 to include all the protective works. You see, you have the glass is the double glazed, high standard, but still, now we want to be able to put shutters if we hear something that will just pass. Okay, we should have shutters of the standard at level that will save the glass and save us from other damages. But in general, we feel that it will withstand.
It's a Hurricane Miami-Dade County rated. It's the offices are steel structure, as you can see, and insulated walls. Exterior windows are Miami-Dade County certified as well. It's a very heavy, well-built structure.
Nestled between the trees at Mount Welldale, the new Grenada Houses of Parliament building will be home to administrative offices, conference rooms, press gallery, cafe and souvenir shop, and childcare services. Its main chamber will accommodate 19 parliamentarians and 200 members of the public. Outside of the chamber, monitors will be placed so the proceedings can be viewed. Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honourable Keith Mitchell and his colleague parliamentarians toured the project site this week and were very impressed with what they saw.
I just seen this a few months before its finality. I'm a bit moved in every sense of the word. I think the nation as a whole will be extremely proud of this facility, which is a measure, of course, represent a measure of our democracy. And I think this investment is, to me, a very worthwhile one.
Having toured and heard about the infrastructural allocations for this building, I am even more excited. What I love to see is that all around 360 degrees, there's a beautiful view of pure Grenada.
This is Grenada rising from the ashes as our old parliament was destroyed. But rather than despair, the leadership of this country provided hope. And I'm saying, notwithstanding the adversity, where there's hope and leadership, then what we see in here is possible.
Dr. Mitchell says this investment in Grenada's democracy is not for himself or his government, but for generations to come.
We are laying the foundation for our parliamentary system, which we expect to be a constant reminder of our entire history. And I'm really moved by what I've seen today, and I believe the population as a whole, rank and file of our people, would love to come here and see this entire facility, particularly when it's finished in its entirety. I think they would be extremely impressed.
With the first phase almost complete, government has to seek additional funding for the second phase, which is scheduled to commence in January 2018.
Estimated 1.5 to 2 million US dollars for all the things we spoke about. But today we've added those, so we now have to look for an additional, let's say, 3 to 4 million US dollars to put in all that's required in the building. And where we at with it, we are looking at donors. Remember, we have 5 million from UAE, 5 million from Mexico, some maybe less than about $1 million from Australia, and we know what happened with the Australian funding. So we are engaging other persons with the help of UNOPS to see where we will find this. And these are all grant monies that we're speaking about. And don't forget that the taxpayers of Grenada are putting in 10%. It is significant for us because, we are a small nation.
Phase 2 is mostly external works, so the main access road, service road, car parking will go in now as part of phase 1, so they will be in by the end of the year. Phase 2 is sort of peripheral work, so it's some of the landscaping, some additional equipment for inside. So we have the sort of fundamental ICT equipment, etc. will go in now.
Judging from the look on his face, Prime Minister Mitchell is indeed satisfied as he highlighted the importance of considering every Grenadian in the completion of what he calls Project Grenada.
We are lifting our country in every respect. I think the level of this investment is a clear demonstration that we see our governance system as extremely important. And everything we've done, the laws we have passed, the way we have continued to work together as a people with social partners working together, we laying a foundation for really Project Grenada. Not Project Keith Mitchell, Project Individual, but Project Grenada.
Standing on the rooftop of the Grenada Houses of Parliament building, as you can see, it is not yet complete, but once it is, hopes are high that it will be a state-of-the-art facility. For State of Affairs, I am Rakisha Sanduri.
These are the images from across Grenada. This is State of Affairs. More stories from the heartland after this.
Madam, what it is you doing there? You could hurt yourself and hurt the baby too, you know.
Thank you, sir, for your concern, but I am in no distress.
If you don't mind me asking, madam, what it is you carrying there?
This is an LPG cylinder from Petro-Caribbean.
Petro-Caribbean? LPG?
So you don't know Petro-Caribbean selling cooking gas now? The bottle light and easy to handle. That is why even me could carry it with my big belly. And sir, the best part is the price better than the rest.
Wow.
Petro-Caribbean, energy for union, available at distributors and retailers across Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique.
The Imani program has for a long time came under immense scrutiny, with some believing it's ineffective. But on a recent visit to the General Hospital, Youth Minister Senator Pamela Moses proved otherwise. June Paul has the story.
Senator Pamela Moses, Minister of Youth, last Friday met with Imani trainees and HOPE participants at the workstation at the General Hospital.
Good to see you.
I'm seeing you too.
One of our hardest workers here. I know she works so hard.
Very hard.
Yeah. Well, you know, I told you all I would come by to visit.
Okay.
You know, and we're here today because, like I told you all when you came to visit me, that I wanted the nation to know how hard you all work here. I wanted the nation to know all the contribution that you're making. But most importantly, I want the nation to see how you feel about your work and how positive and, you know, enthusiastic you are about what you do.
Okay.
And, you know, we're just here for you to share.
My name is Elisa. I'm a dietary aide assigned to the General Hospital, a female surgical ward. I have been here for the past 5 years. One of the longest dietary aide. We assist with breakfast, lunch, and supper.
How you doing, my
I'm
dear?
good, I'm good.
Good to meet you.
Nice. Pleasure. Pleasure is all mine.
Wonderful. Well,
Yes.
we met before already.
Of course.
Yes.
Mhm.
And like you know, we're here to visit. And we want you to share with us what it is that you do here at the hospital. You know, so that the nation could know what a significant contribution you're making as Imani trainees to the development of this country.
Okay. I first entered the program from the beginning. When I first entered the hospital, I had training in various departments, and I must say the experience was great.
Those were living testimonies of 2 recruits currently under the HOPE program who were elated to see the island's youth minister, Senator Pamela Moses. She spent most of her morning visiting them along with their colleagues at their workstations at the General Hospital on September 8th. On arrival at the hospital, the Director of Hospital Services, Mistress Esther Henry Fleury, greeted and welcomed Senator Moses to the facility where the 2 government officials spoke briefly.
You have many of our trainees here, and so we take the opportunity today to come visit, to show support, let them know that we appreciate what they're doing. And you know, we trust that we can continue this great partnership that we have with the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Youth
I think,
in serving the
yes,
nation.
I think this is a welcome opportunity that you should come here to see where the trainees are placed and the type of contribution that they're making to the strengthening of the healthcare services and in particular the hospital.
Mistress Fleury spoke of the training opportunities the hospitals had provided for the Imanis over the years.
Over the years, we have had in excess of 400 trainees passing through the hospital from the program. Currently, we have just over 150. Prior to that, we have had little challenges here and there, but we have developed a structure within the hospital to ensure that they get the best experience that we can offer.
Having managed and guided several young people throughout the years, Fleury urged the public to appreciate the benefits of the program.
The public did not see the Imani program as something that we put young people in to forget about them. They do get the opportunity for employment if they do very well, and we try to encourage them to do well. The healthcare is not static. There's various areas that they can move on to. We've had some that's gone into nursing. We have persons in the lab, laboratory assistants and technical people up there that's strengthening the laboratory services. We have them in the medical records department, in the finance department, on the wards, the dietary department. So they have been able to, to really strengthen the hospital services, particularly supporting the work of the nurses. If you recall, prior to the program coming on stream, the nurses had to be responsible for feeding the patients, doing the pantry work and so on. But now nurses have been relieved of that by the inclusion of the dietary aides who support the patient in terms of making sure that they have their meals on time.
Following the brief meeting with the hospital director, the youth minister and her team went around the facility where they met some of the trainees who spoke of their roles and functions.
My job is basically to make sure that whenever a patient is admitted to the ward, I have to get their face sheet, get it registered, get the old notes for that patient if they have, and if they have to get any old x-rays or ultrasounds, I bring down to the ward. Sometimes I will liaison with my supervisor at the records department, and she will say like there's a patient has died. I will make sure I get it signed by the doctor and make sure that it is correctly done and bring it back to the department so the funeral home can get it in time for the burial of that person.
We are very proud of you.
Thank you, ma'am.
I'm a housekeeper at the hospital. I make sure that the environment are clean so that the patient could get better.
Ladies, you do excellent work.
I'm actually in charge of entering, data entry for basically the whole hospital, like the nurses, all departments, and I do the vacation leaves, I do sick leaves, I do resumption forms, and so on. I enter, I do reports at every 3 months. I would hand up a report of how many sick leaves come in, how many vacation forms comes in, everything like that.
It's been a great joy for me for the most part of it, because I get to meet other people and see what goes around in the hospital itself. Yeah.
Knowing that this is your field lady here, how do you feel meeting her and seeing you at work?
Great. I'm happy to see you here as well.
Marlon, you now do carpentry, right?
Yeah.
Remember when you started, you were on our work brigade?
Yeah.
Yeah? Helping to build houses in St. Patrick's East. That's what you were doing. And, you realize how life is. You're now at the hospital, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yes. I know at first maybe, they may have been reluctant to do the construction work, because they would have started off as he would have started off as a member of our work brigade. I'm very happy for you. And I know
I get to do most of it for myself now.
Okay. All right, so have you gained a lot of experience now in building and stuff?
Yes.
Okay. Hope you'll be able to build your own home one day.
Yeah.
You may hear people have so much negative to say on the
Mhm.
program, and then coming into the hospital and delivering, you must have different views now.
Of course, we're all humans. Of course, I had my doubt about the program. But coming here gave me that positive impact. I say, you know what? I know what I want, and I need to survive. But you see that God above?
Great God.
He's a great God. And I'm here, and I'm enjoying it here, I must say. And being here, I enjoy my work. I look forward to coming here every day.
First of all, a lot of people would discourage you about the Imani. A lot of people would throw talks that, oh, the Imani this and the Imani this. But we can't focus our lives based on what people say. It's very important that we take bold steps, because it's a very, very good program, and I encourage everybody to come in and do their best at the program.
I was kind of skeptical about the program because I heard about the program before. It wasn't actually Imani, but I heard about other programs that was established and fell. So I was kind of skeptical, but I'm like saying to myself, you know what? I need something to go by. I have kids that I have to send to school, pay school fees, do things, take care of my home. So I'm like, you know what? It might be small, the payment might be small, but I'm going into this thing with everything I have. As I see this program, it's a stepping stone for our young people. You know, I mean, a lot of us have a lot of education. We can't really get jobs as we want. So this might be a step forward.
On completion of the exercise, Senator Moses told State of Affairs, although the visit was overdue, it was a wonderful experience and the trainees themselves were extremely happy.
They were very happy that we took time off to, come to see what they're doing and how they actually are carrying out their duties there.
Meanwhile, Senator Moses, who is known to have molded and shaped the minds of thousands of young Grenadian students throughout her teaching career, said she had expected more complaints from the trainees.
Not without our challenges, and our Imani program too is not without its challenges. But I expected complaints, more complaints that, it's been a whole year and I can't even get my vacation, and we know that is one of the challenges that they face as well because of, the necessity of their work. I have heard comments like, I love my job, I am happy to be here, I come here every day. I mean, I just could not believe it,
When asked what was her impression, she replied,
So all in all, I would say that I'm very satisfied that despite all the challenges we have, both in the Ministry of Youth and the Ministry of Health at the hospital, that the 150 Imani trainees that we have up there learning how to serve the nation during their time of ill health, I really want to say that I'm satisfied that they are comfortable. It tells that something good is going on at our general hospital. Otherwise, the complaints would have been heavy. The natural enthusiasm would not have been there. And I heard trainees saying that I am here every day. I work from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and I come every day. I just really want to commend the management at the hospital. I just want to encourage them to keep on managing our trainees, keep on empowering them, keep on motivating them. And another thing I discovered, our trainees are very intellectual. I look forward to many of them going on to become nurses and the future doctors at that very hospital, because I think that they would have learned the value of good customer care. They're very happy in giving service to the community and to the people through the healthcare at the hospital.
For State of Affairs, I am June Paul, reporting from the General Hospital in St. George.
This is the Grenadian reality. This is our current state of affairs.
Stay up to date with all that's happening with the new national party, NNP. Send us a message via text or WhatsApp on 405-8683 with your name, email, and constituency. Stay in the know with NNP. Get updated.
Whatever I have done in office, I hope that I can help inspire the next generation of achievers. Having come from a humble family in Brazil, the son of a farmer and market vendor, this country has given me many awesome opportunities in life, a pathway created through education. That's why I want to speak to the next generation all over St. George's Northwest, and indeed the country as a whole. Life is not about where you started, but where you want to go. I'm determined, through this office I hold, to fight to create even more opportunities for you. But you also must have to want to grab them with both hands. These 2018 general elections are therefore about consolidating the gains and backing the fresh opportunities we shall create for the next generation. We shall not look back, nor stand still. Together we shall march forward. Together we shall keep moving.
Why should I get weary? Tell me, why should I? Why should I? No way. Lord, 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 the Lord is so heavy. Oh, yeah. I'm moving on. Yes, I'm moving on. Lord, Lord, Lord. Oh, God. From the cradle to the grave, little by little, stage by stage. I never get weary, no, I never get weary. Sorrows and laughter, time of fear, good and bad, I had my share. I never get weary, no, I never get weary.
The people of St. George Southeast, like the rest of the nation, have bounced back these past 5 years. We still remember the barren years of 2008 to 2013, when so many of our people lost their jobs, their homes, and their hopes. Together, we have dug ourselves from that deep hole, and we have lifted many people up. But it is a long, hard grind, and the job is not yet finished. So a vote for me in St. George Southeast is a charge from you to work harder, to consolidate the gains, and to be even more determined to fight, especially for those who are yet to be lifted by this rising tide. I am pleased to offer myself to return as your MP in St. George Southeast. Together, we shall keep moving.
I am Peter David. Since growing up in Asheville Avenue, hanging out on the Carnage and in Four Roads, building friendships, making memories in River Road, and fighting for the youth of Darbo. These are all reasons why this place will always be home. I've been around this town and this town has been with me. Ours is a relationship for a lifetime. You have called on me once again to represent you. With humility and a great sense of pride for my hometown, I accept the call. So count on me and count me in. It will be my honor to serve you. This is our town and our home, our moment to lift each other up. Together, let's take the town of St. George to the next level. Thank you for placing your confidence in me once again.
I come from a very humble beginning. I know the importance of hard work and dedication and service to people. And so it is that characteristics that I believe that would be able to propel me in serving the people of Carriacou and Petit Martinique. I am from a single parent family. My mother has been my #1 supporter, and she has always been there with me, for me, by my side. My desire to serve the people, of course, of Carriacou and Petit Martinique, I believe is the ultimate sacrifice, and the opportunity has presented itself, of course, to assist my people, because I believe that the youth do have a place in politics, in nation building, and in governance. And so it is my youth that I will use to ensure that the youth of this nation are well represented.
5 years ago, we started an incredible journey together. We dreamed and we strove to achieve. We are happy with the success we have had, but not content. The arch of progress is bending in the right direction in St. George Northeast, and many people have benefited. But there are still others that are yet to be lifted by the rising tide. We cannot leave those people behind, and so we continue to fight, and we continue to push on. I am Tobias Clement, and I'm running again to continue what we have started. Our dreams are too big, our ambitions too large for us to stop here. So let's keep moving.
My involvement in politics was always motivated by a desire to see significant change. I am here to serve, and it does not matter in what capacity. And as I move through the constituency, I feel a sense of pride and satisfaction when people tell me, yes, I like what you are doing, I like the services you are providing for us, I like the fact that you are with us and you continue to support us. So therefore, being able to serve, being at the service of our people, I think is my greatest satisfaction. Because if I cannot serve the people, I have no place in politics. When I look at some of the conditions under which some people have to live, I feel a sense of compulsion to do more. That gives me the urge, hey, you have to do more.
The new National Party has been good to St. David's, and more is coming. Youth unemployment has reduced drastically. Infrastructure has improved. The standard of living of people have improved over the years. Our focus is to ensure that all our people in St. David's improve in their way of life and standard of living, and we are giving hope to young people. It is a united team that can deliver such hope to people and such benefits. And therefore, this is not the time to take risk with the future. We must be committed to the present. And I say to you, let us all keep moving.
It is an opportunity where I can be able to make a difference in the lives of many persons in the constituency and also Grenada as a whole. I am prepared to give of service to the people. My whole life has been one of service. So this is another opportunity where I can go out there to help improve the lives of people, the standard of living and the quality of life.
Skita is a young person, and she has been given a wonderful opportunity to help shape lives in our country. She has been doing that within her school for the past 17 years.
I know her doing teaching and making great improvement in that school, awards, trophies, you know, skits was behind this.
South St. George is fast becoming the economic heartbeat of this nation. It is at the center of the housing and construction boom and unprecedented growth in education and tourism sectors. As our area rises, so does the nation. In the coming period, our challenge is to give character to this growth and to bring along the surrounding areas. So we shall improve the skill sets of people to take advantage of the coming jobs with my plan to cut unemployment in the South by 2/3. And we will extend housing assistance and give the many people who need it land tenure. More money will be made available for small business loans for people in such areas as Montoute, Grand Anse Valley, Woodlands, Woburn, Calais and Belmont. The people who are yet to be touched will get their chance. We are excited about tomorrow, and so today we shall keep moving.
Let us have a real talk, St. John's. Let us understand the choice that faces us in this coming election. You can vote for me again, a proud member of a team that has consciously started rebuilding Grenada. Together, we have done the hard work and the opportunities have begun to come. So, you can go for the other guy who threatens to rip it all up and start a new experiment that none of us is sure about. The choices we face are not even close. We have made our sacrifice and now we must continue to build on our success. I'm proud to be on your team, and so St. John's, we are moving together.
And I have offered myself to be the next parliamentary representative for my people of St. Patrick's East. I see this as the next step in my life journey of service to people and my determination to give back to my community, a community that has always lifted me up. I am particularly passionate about issues affecting youth, and as your MP, will be championing policies and programs that will further empower our young people, as well as our adult male and females all across Grenada, but particularly in St. Patrick's East. I am pleased to have joined a team that has delivered for Grenada. But there is more work to be done, and so we shall keep moving.
I am Yolande Bain Horsford, and right behind me here is my alma mater, St. Joseph Convent, the institution that I've attended for 5 years. Further back behind me is the Roman Catholic Church that I also attend. And on my left is the convent court that I played all the netball and the tennis throughout my 5 years at this institution. I am very proud of the partnerships I have formed with the people of St. Andrews Southwest these past 5 years. But I'm even more excited about the things we can still do together. We have begun solving the housing challenges and tackling youth unemployment. We have not only been building roads and houses, but more importantly, building communities and building lives. Many people have been given fresh opportunities, and even more shall be lifted up in the coming period. I am ready to take a fresh card and to continue battling for ordinary people who deserve another chance. So let's keep moving.
I remember those days not so long ago that all I wanted was an opportunity. My family was poor and there were times I didn't even have a pencil to go to school. The people of Paraclete, Moncton and surrounding areas gave me that opportunity. These ordinary people raised me. It is this history that inspires my politics. Now it's my turn to give the next generation even greater opportunities than I had. If I can make just one weak person strong, I will be doing God's will. What we did in the 5 years is just a little bit of what we can do in the future. My duty is to steer the course and to keep moving.
I have been afforded the greatest honor to have been able to serve the people of St. Mark faithfully these past years. Every day I get up with the same enthusiasm to go to work for you. Today I still have that passion, and tomorrow I look forward to fighting for you again. We are happy to have made a difference in the lives of so many people. But we appreciate that it is a never-ending struggle. Whatever progress we have made, we shall never be satisfied. And that's why I am coming back to you for your support again. We have done a lot, but we still have more to do. Therefore, in St. Mark, we shall continue to keep moving.
St. Andrews Southeast, I am Emmeline Peer. I want to say a special thank you for your love and for your support over the past 5 years. Indeed, I am humbled by the opportunity that you gave me to serve you over those years, and I'm ready to serve you again. We have started a good thing together, and we have a lot more to achieve together. Together we would bring more benefits to our young people, more housing assistance to those who need it, more jobs to those who are unemployed, more support to our elderly, and of course more development to our constituency. So I'm counting on your support. Let us get ready to vote. Let us get ready to put Grenada first. Together we would continue what we have started together. Let's keep moving.